Naruto looked at the large scroll in his hands. Just by mastering one jutsu in it would bring him one step closer to his dream. What was his dream though? Naruto had always wanted to be the Hokage, the village leader, but now he wasn't sure. Failing to become a ninja and everyone calling him a demon began to crush his hopes to ever be Hokage. Now that Naruto thought about it, he really didn't want to protect the very people who wanted him dead. He thought more and more of what he wanted as he ran to where he was to meet Mizuki. He was the one who told him about the scroll, and being able to become a ninja by learning one of its jutsu. Now that Naruto was thinking of how the village hated him, he began to notice that Mizuki had always hated him too. So this was more than likely a trap. What should he do? If he went to Mizuki, he would be killed and the scroll used against the village. Or he could return the village and be imprisoned for stealing the scroll. Naruto stopped deep in the woods surrounding the Hidden Leaf village to think. He was hated here at this damn village, and he would surely be thrown in jail if he stayed, or worse, he would be killed. It was time he made a choice: be killed or run for his life. If he ran now, Mizuki wouldn't catch him, and the village ninja wouldn't even know he had left. Ever since Naruto was a boy, he had played pranks on the villagers. So they probably thought Naruto stealing the scroll was another prank. They would be too busy looking for him in the village, they wouldn't come looking for him out of the village. It was decided then, Naruto Uzumaki was going to run away from the Hidden Leaf village. After running all night and morning, Naruto had stopped at a cave behind a waterfall to get some rest. The Hidden Leaf village was known for having many tracking ninja, such as the Hyuga, Inuzuka, and Aburame clan, so Naruto didn't have long to rest. He placed the forbidden scroll on the ground and sat down on the cold cave floor. Naruto looked at the water from the waterfall to see a boy with spiky blonde hair and ocean blue eyes. On each of his cheeks were 3 cat-like whiskers. It took Naruto a second to realize it was himself. 13-year-old Naruto Uzumaki. Why? Naruto asked even though there was no one there to give him an answer. Why is this all happening to me? Naruto waited a minute, but no reply came. He wanted to scream, to cry, to just end it all. But he couldn't do anything. A thought came to his mind of destroying the village, but he burned the image. No matter how much he hated the village, he couldn't destroy it. Suddenly, there was a laugh, and everything grew dark. "You're one strange kid," the voice called out. "You don't want to protect the villagers, but you don't want to destroy them either." Who's there?" Naruto asked as the darkness began to fade. "I'm the reason everyone hates you," the demon voice called again. "The reason they think you're a demon." As the darkness finally subsided, Naruto found himself in front of a large cage. Inside was a large orange fox with 9 tails. Its red eye focused on Naruto. It was the 9-tailed fox, the creature that attacked the village 13 years ago on Naruto's birthday. "What the hell?" Naruto yelled, not understanding what was going on. "Why am I talking to the 9-tails? You were killed by the 4th Hokage." The 9-tails thought back to that night. He didn't attack the village. He had been forced to. But that didn't matter now. "You can't kill a tailed beast, stupid." The 9-tails laughed. "Now then, what are you going to do?" "What?" Naruto asked. "What are you going to do?" 9-tails asked again. "You can either go back to the village or die. Right now, that's all you can do." I won't do either, Naruto yelled. I'll keep running until my feet bleed. I'll crawl until my knees bleed. I'll put myself on my stomach until I can't take the pain anymore. But no matter what, I will never give up and go back to that damn village. You're interesting, the Ninetales said. There are two paths in front of you, but instead of taking them, you choose to make your own. I'm a little interested to see where it takes you, but I still want to know, why don't you destroy the village that wants you dead? Because then I really will be the monster they talk about, Naruto said. Then again, it might be better to be called a monster. After so long of being called demon, monster, freak, it, thing, I can barely remember the sound of someone calling me by my name. I guess you and I are the same. We both have no names in this world than demon. Naruto Uzumaki, the Ninetales said. What? Naruto asked. That's your name, remember? The Ninetales asked. You're Naruto Uzumaki, and never forget that. What about you? Naruto asked. What's your name? Surely your real name isn't the Ninetales. Kurama, the Ninetales said. My name is Kurama. Well, Kurama, Naruto said, we're in this mess together. So, Kurama said, where to now? I'm sure if you don't tell another village about me being sealed inside of you, they might give you a place to stay in exchange for that scroll. No, Naruto said. They would then use it to start war, and I won't be the cause of war. Then, how about the land of whirlpools? Kurama asked. It's been forgotten by all the villages, and since you're one of the last members of the Uzumakis, it is rightfully your home. That gives me an idea, Naruto shouted. What? Kurama asked. We will start our own village, Naruto said. A place for outcasts like you and me. We'll call it Fuyona, the village, hidden in the whirlpools. Fuyona, Kurama asked. You want to name it Unwanted? Yeah, Naruto said. Everyone who's going to be a part of our village will be those who aren't wanted by the other villages. And no matter your looks, your abilities, you'll be welcome there. Well, Kurama said, we better get going. No doubt the hidden leaf is on our trail. Naruto returned to the cave and grabbed the scroll. He left the cave as Kurama began telling him on where he needed to go. First, he would go to a few small villages to shake off any trackers. After that, he would train with Kurama and look for people to join him. Then, they would go to the land of whirlpools. The rogue fox was on the move. A week has passed since Naruto ran from the hidden leaf. Thanks to training with Kurama and no longer having a seal to hold them both back, he had become a powerful ninja. Sitting in a rented room, Naruto sat at the kitchen table eating instant ramen. It was nothing like Ichiraku's ramen, back at the hidden leaf, but it would have to do. After cleaning up, Naruto got ready to go. Putting on his new brown sleeveless shirt and his tattered red cloak, he went to leave the room. As he went out the door, he grabbed his things and his red hilted katanas and walked out. He walked through the streets of the small village on the edge of the land of fire, and it was very peaceful. Children playing, women laughing, and men drinking. This was what he wanted people to be like in every village. Kind and peaceful. Sadly, it was short-lived as he heard yelling. "There's that demon!" a man yelled. Naruto had expected to see Uchiha police behind him. They had finally caught up to him. After turning ready to fight, Naruto was knocked over. He gathered his thoughts so he could focus, and he then noticed what had hit him. A boy with short white hair and red eyes laid on the ground. It was the boy they were after. Men that looked to be drunk approached the boy. One placed his foot on the boy's head and slowly added pressure. The poor boy screamed in pain, but no one was helping him. "Mama," a girl said, "why are they hurting that boy?" "He's a monster, dear, not a boy," a mother told her daughter. "No need to feel bad for it." "Come on, demon," the man said. "Scream some more." "What the fuck is this?" Naruto asked, getting to his feet. The men chasing the young boy, who looked to be at least 7, looked at Naruto. They didn't know who he was, and they didn't care. "Piss off," one of them said. Naruto could smell the alcohol on him. If they were drunk, he could understand this little outburst, but no one wanted to help the poor boy, and they called him a demon. This wasn't going to go unpunished. One of the men went to kick the downed kid, but Naruto pushed through them and knocked him out cold. "Next person to try something is gonna get it," Naruto spat. "You wanna go, you demon lover?" another drunk man asked, putting his fists up. "I'll show you a demon," Naruto said, pulling out his katana, only enough for the man to see its shiny metal. Even though they were drunk, they understood. They grabbed their unconscious friend and ran off. Naruto turned to the white-haired boy who had tears in his red eyes. The kid didn't know if he should run or thank the stranger. The boy tried not to cry, but failed. As he began to cry, Naruto wrapped him in his arms and held him there for comfort. Naruto had always wanted someone to hold him like this, like a father or older brother, but he never got that chance. Naruto took off his red cloak and wrapped it around the boy. His crying began to slow to sniffles. Naruto looked at the poor kid and saw himself. He wasn't going to let this happen to this poor kid. He grabbed the boy's hand and led him to a nearby ramen stand. Everyone gave Naruto a mean glare, and Naruto returned one, only it was more of an "I'll kill you" glare than their pathetic "I hate you" glares. Naruto ordered 2 bowls of ramen, and thankfully the ramen guy here was like the one at the Hidden Leaf, and was very kind. "Here," Naruto said, handing the boy chopsticks. "Eat until you're full." Naruto watched the boy try to eat, but he noticed he couldn't use the chopsticks. He showed the boy how, and sure enough, he was able to use them. At first, he was afraid to eat the food, but after the first bite, the boy licked the bowl clean in a minute. "Where are your parents?" Naruto asked. "They're dead," the boy said. "I live with my grandparents, but..." Suddenly, a voice called out, "How? Where the hell are you demon brat?" At the sound of the voices, the white-haired boy lowered his head and cowered in Naruto's cloak. It was clear that Hal was this young boy's name, and that voice that sounded like an old man's was his grandfather. "Hal!" the man said, seeing his grandson at the ramen shop. "Get your ass over here now!" As Hal went to his grandfather, Naruto stopped him. This man, the boy's own grandfather, would treat him like a demon. Naruto was not going to have any of this. "Who are you?" Naruto asked, holding onto Hal's shoulder. I'm his grandfather. The old man spat like poison. Now give me Hal, his grandmother needs him for chores. By the way Hal shook and how the man said chores, it wasn't a good thing. Naruto looked closer at Hal and saw a scar poking out of his shirt that looked to run down his back, almost like it was from a whip. It was beginning to make sense. He couldn't use chopsticks because he wasn't fed like a person. These chores must be slave work, and they would beat him for not working hard. He was a slave to them, not a grandson. You're not laying a finger on this boy, Naruto said. Boy, the old man laughed. He must not have shown you. Go on then, show. Hal looked uneasy at the man's words and didn't do anything. The man shouted, Show! And Hal did as he was told. He didn't pull down his pants, only opened the back to let something appear out of his worn-out jeans. It was what looked like a wolf's tail. See, he's no boy, the man said. He's a freak, a monster, a demon. The boy looked at the ground and cried. He didn't want to show Naruto his tail in fear he would hate him. But now he had shown him. Hal didn't want to look at Naruto, but he did only to see not a look of hate, but of kindness. Then it turned to anger as he looked at Hal's grandfather. You have no right to say such words to this kind boy, Naruto said, placing his hand on one of his two katanas. Stay away from Hal, or I'll end you, old man. Is that a threat? The man asked. No, Naruto said, his eyes turning red. It's a promise. Hal's grandfather turned away in fear, shouting, There's another demon in the village! And Kurama laughed in Naruto's head. Did you see his face when he saw your eyes change? Kurama laughed. He almost shit himself. I saw, Naruto replied to Kurama in his head. So, Kurama said, I take it we're taking the boy. We sure are, Naruto replied. Come on, Hal, Naruto said, giving the boy a piggyback ride, which he never had before. We need to go before that crazy old man comes back. Thank you, Hal said, his eyes beginning to close. Big brother. Naruto stood still on the road. The little boy just called him Big Brother. Naruto wanted to jump with joy, but didn't because Hal was on his back, now fast asleep. Hal Uzumaki, Naruto whispered. You are my little brother, and the first member of the Whirlpool Village. Sleep tight, my little brother. Six months have passed since Naruto saved Hal. In that time, Naruto has gone from village to village, nation to nation, to find outcasts. He has seen many things, and has found many people who have agreed to join his village. From 2 people in the village hidden in the whirlpools, the number has jumped to 1,000. Not all were outcasts though. Friends and families of outcasts joined as well. Naruto was on his way back to the village from visiting the Sand Village. There he met Gaara, a Jinchuriki like him. At first, Gaara was like a cold-hearted killer, but thanks to Naruto, he became a kind person and even became friends with the One-Tails, Shukaku. Naruto had done this with each Jinchuriki on his journey. In fact, one of them, who was even a rogue, even joined Naruto's village. His name was Utakata, and his friend and tailed beast was Saiken. Sadly though, Gaara had chosen to stay in the sand. He hoped he could change it from its cruel ways and stop any new wars that might be caused by them by becoming village leader, the Kazekage. Naruto, now the leader of the village hidden in the whirlpools, in the land of whirlpools, was already a Kage. Although unknown to the world, he was at Kage level, and he had been named the first Akuma Kage. Since everyone called them demons, why not name their Kage after one? Akuma Kage literally means demon shadow. The land of whirlpools had been in a bad state after the last war, so Naruto, with the help of everyone else, made it livable. The village is surrounded by whirlpools, and then a wall also goes around the village. After everything was built, next came the government and ninja system. Close families and friends formed houses instead of clans. There were 6 altogether: the dragon, lion, scorpion, snail, wolf, and fox houses. Though this didn't separate the village, people could marry others outside of their houses, and the government was run by a council of ninja and common villagers. This way, no one had more power. Also, the dragon, wolf, and fox houses are in charge of making sure no one tries to gain too much power. The police force is mostly run by the scorpion house, as where the snail house runs the hospital. In charge of the banks is the lion house, who must make annual checkups with the dragon house to make sure it's not holding too much power by being in control of all the money in the banks. The system relies on checking each house to make sure no one was trying to become like the Hyuga or Uchiha clan, basically a snobby noble family. The ninja system was the hardest. Trying to keep a low profile means there are no missions for ninjas, and the village can't gain money. Luckily, Naruto has a plan for that, but that will be explained in due time. Like all villages, they have a ninja academy. After that, the academy kids would become Genin, then Chunin, and last, Jonin. Some would even get to become the Akuma Kage's personal guards, known as Anbu. Anyone who was a ninja from another village already earned the right to be a ninja in Naruto's village, so they already had a strong shinobi force. Naruto looked at the village of smiling faces. Here in the Whirlpool village, no one was considered a demon or monster. Here, they were all normal people. Friends, families, lovers. It didn't matter. They were all normal and equal. As Naruto got closer to a large building with the symbol of a whirlpool, on it, the guards bowed to him as he entered. In his office, Naruto went over the reports and did paperwork. From what he was reading, Naruto could tell everything was going as planned. He placed the reports down and moved to the forbidden scroll he stole from the hidden leaf. It was almost time. While he thought, a man with a large sword on his back entered the room. "I was told you wanted me, Lord First." The man bowed. The man wore Anbu clothing and had half of his face covered in bandages. Across his head was the village headband with a symbol of a whirlpool. "Thank you for coming, Zabuza," Naruto said, taking a seat in his office chair. Zabuza, former 7 swordsman of the mist, had joined Naruto During his second week of his journey, he helped Zabuza, who at the time was a rogue ninja, defeat his former employer Gato and help finish a bridge for a village in the Land of Waves. Thanks to their help, the village didn't need to ask for the Hidden Leaf's aid. It also helped with trade and new missions for shinobi from the land of Whirlpool, but they needed to be more well known to gain more money for the village, which is why Naruto asked to see Zabuza. Zabuza, Naruto said, gather the house leaders for a meeting. Very well, Zabuza said, taking off. It was late at night when they had all come together. 6 house leaders and 1 Kage. The first house leader was also Naruto's head of Anbu security, Zabuza, head of the Dragon House. Next was Utakata, head of the Snail family. After him was a man with red hair and purple eyes with black rings in them. He was Nagato Uzumaki, member of Naruto's clan and head of the Fox House, which Naruto also belonged to. All 3 of them were on the left side of Naruto on a big table. To the right of Naruto were the other house heads. The Lion House was run by a tall man with long black hair and green eyes. He went by Kova. Next to him was the Wolf House leader, Simon. She was a girl no older than Utakata with long blonde hair and black eyes. And last was the Scorpion House leader. He had volunteered the Scorpion House as a police force from once being a part of one himself. He had short black hair and black, cold eyes. But he was a really kind man. His name was Shisui Uchiha. He is on the run from a Hidden Leaf elder named Danzo, who is after Shisui's Sharingan, the Uchiha's bloodline power. With them all here, they could begin. The council has agreed with my plans, Naruto said, passing out papers. Here are the genin I selected. Do you all approved? Everyone nodded their heads and agreed. For their village to survive, they couldn't keep low forever. So, it was decided. Zabuza, Naruto said, ready a group of Anbu to escort me. I will personally go with you, Zabuza said. As will I, Utakata said. No, Utakata, Naruto said. I leave the village in your care. I will return in a week's time at most. Very well, Lord First, Utakata said. Well then, Naruto said. I guess I should get ready to go. Next stop, the village, hidden in the leaves. Naruto walked with 2 guards close behind. To his right was Zabuza, wearing a white and red dragon mask. To Naruto's left was a young man named Zane, who wore another red and white mask, only his was an eagle. They had been walking for 3 days, and they would soon arrive at the Hidden Leaf. If everything went as planned, the village hidden in the whirlpools would become famous and well known. As they got to the village gate, Naruto put his own Anbu mask on. His was that of a fox, which made sense after all. He was the Jinchuriki to the 9-tailed fox. The ninja guarding the entrance looked smug and almost believed he was above the common people due to his power granted as the gate guard. He decided who would enter the village. Stop right there, he said. Papers of entry. We have none, Naruto said behind his mask. We're here on the matter of your missing forbidden scroll. No papers, no entry, the man said, turning them away. Boy, Naruto said. I'm going to see the Hokage. Get in my way, and I'll break your legs. Are we on the same page? Wait here, the man said, breathing in his approach. I'll ask the Hokage. The man sent a pigeon to deliver a message to the Hokage. After a half an hour, it returned with a reply. The man nodded to Naruto. Go to the Hokage mansion, he said. It's the big red building. There, the Hokage will meet you. Thank you, Naruto said, starting off towards the Hokage's mansion. Wow, Zane said, walking with Naruto. He seemed to change his tune real quick. I may have let some of my killer instinct out, Naruto laughed. He was probably afraid of me. Nice going, Zabuza laughed. They walked to the Hokage's building and waited inside to be called. Naruto knew the Hokage was more than likely gathering the other village elders. Finally, a ninja came to get them. They arrived at a big meeting room with 5 chairs. 4 for the Hokage's elder and the Hokage's advisor, and 1 for Naruto. He took his seat and Zabuza and Zane stood behind him. Welcome to the Hidden Leaf, the Hokage said with a smile. I'm told you have the scroll belonging to my village. May I please have it back? I could give it back, Naruto said. Or I could keep it. How dare you? A man whose eye was covered in bandages. Remain calm, Danzo, the Hokage said. I take it you want a reward? Naruto looked at the old man through his mask. After the 4th Hokage died in the Nine-Tails attack, the 3rd Hokage came out of retirement. He was a man with gray hair and similar gray eyes that showed his years of wisdom. It's not a normal reward, Naruto said. This man, an older woman who looked like the Hokage's age, he comes here masked and asks for a reward in exchange for a scroll that's ours. I have a question, a man with scars on his face and a spiky ponytail said. Where is the boy who stole the scroll? The man was Shukaku, father of Shikamaru, one of Naruto's former classmates. He was head of the Nara clan and the Hokage's advisor. He, Naruto began, is dead in a way, though his heart still beats. His past has died, and he lives a new life. He's a criminal, Danzo yelled. We demand he be brought to us. I will not give him to you, Naruto replied, still playing around with the elders. Danzo, the Hokage said. If Naruto is at peace elsewhere, then let him be. We owe that much to the poor boy. Now, in exchange for the scroll, what do you want? I have started a new village, Naruto said. The village hidden in the whirlpools, but we need money and missions from other villages. To do so, I want my genin involved in every Chunin exam, like the other villages. A new village? Shukaku asked. Is it the land of whirlpools? It is, Naruto said, and I'm its leader. I'm the first Akuma Kage. Akuma Kage? Another old man about the Hokage's age asked. You're called the Demon Shadow? I am, Naruto said. I will give you your scroll after the Chunin exams. I also want the heads of my village to be allowed to watch the finals without being bothered. Some are former rogue ninja, and one was attacked by Danzo for his eyes. His name is Shisui Uchiha. Lies! Danzo yelled. We'll talk about this later, Danzo, the Hokage said, giving him a cold look. Anyway, I will agree to your terms. Also, Naruto said, I never became a Chunin, so I will be in the exams as well. I will not use my special powers, and I will fight at the level of a Genin. I will have restricting seals on to limit my power. Very well, Hokage said. Now, may I see your face? Why? Naruto asked. No real reason, the Hokage said. But if the leaf and the whirlpool are to ever become close, then I would like to see your face. Believe me, your village won't want to be our friends, Naruto said, placing his hand on his mask. But I'll do as you ask. As his mask came down, everyone gasped. The Hokage stared in surprise at the boy in front of him. It was the boy who stole the scroll, the former Jinchuriki of the Hidden Leaf, Naruto Uzumaki. The demon, the village elder said. Lord Turtle, we must arrest him. Zabuza drew his sword and Zane got in a fighting stance. The Hokage and his followers were protected by their own Anbu, who appeared out of nowhere. Stand down, everyone, the Hokage said. We don't want to start a war with another village. What? Danzo began. No buts, the Hokage said. Naruto, we agree to your terms. I will see you in a month at the start of the Chunin exams. Bring your village's Genin, and they will be registered. Very well, Naruto said. It's been a pleasure. Also, Hokage, please tell no one of me being the Okumakage. It is to be a secret. If it gets out, the deal is terminated. Oh, and Danzo, your little ninjas you're planning to send after the scroll in Shisui's eyes won't make it. For in my village is another Jinchuriki, and others earning a title of demon. With a smirk, Naruto placed his mask back on. He walked out of the meeting room with Zabuza and Zane close behind. It had all gone as planned. In 1 month, the exams would begin, and his village would get the help it needs. Yes, everything was going as planned. Naruto looked at the selected Genin for this exam. Only 5 had enough confidence in their abilities to join. Team 1 was made up of 2 boys and a girl. Dan, Frag, and Hera were their names. The second group was Naruto's team. They were his friends, Fang and Rose. Fang was a boy who grew up on the streets and was an orphan who was unwanted. He had long black hair and black eyes. Rose was once a nobleman's daughter who ran after being forced to marry someone she didn't love. She had long brown hair and sapphire blue eyes. It was funny how everything fell into place with these two, almost like fate. After a month from meeting each other, they had fallen in love and are now dating. They were also Naruto's closest friends that were his age. Alright everyone, Naruto said. You've been chosen to be our representative Genin for the Chunin exams. I will also be in the exams with seal limitations on my body. I never received the rank of Chunin, and if any of us, me, or any of you make it out on top, then we all become Chunin. You can count on us, Hera said with a huge grin. I know I can, Naruto said. And remember, no matter if you fail, just stand up and keep walking. This village will never turn on you, even if you look weak to others. You are family, and we will always support you. Right, they all said together. Now get ready to leave, Naruto said. We head for the Hidden Leaf first thing tomorrow. Then, in 2 weeks, the exams begin. Everyone left the room and Naruto was left alone. He looked at the window of the Okumakage's mansion to see Utakata standing outside it.
He opened the window and let the Jinchuriki in. "I think you should let me go to the exams," Utakata said. "No," Naruto said. "I need you here." "What if something goes wrong there?" Utakata asked. "What if something goes wrong here?" Naruto asked. "Utakata, if we are both gone, who will protect the village?" I understand," Utakata said in defeat. "Thank you, my friend," Naruto said. "Now, please get Shay and David." Utakata did as he was told and went to find the twins. Shay and David looked the same, but were different as well. Both had brown hair, as well as one red and one green eye. Only Shay was a jokester and David was more serious. "What's up, Robin Breath?" Shay asked. "Shut up, little bro," David said, smacking the back of Shay's head. "Shay, David, how would you two like to be the Genin team leaders?" Naruto asked. "Are you serious?" Shay asked. "I am," Naruto said. "Shay will take Team 1 made of Dan, Frag, and Hera, and David will take my team made up of me, Fang, and Rose." "It would be our honor," David said with a bow. "I'm in, Whiskerface," Shay yelled. "Here," Naruto said, getting something out of his desk. The twins looked at the vests in their hands. Each village had their own vest for their tuning, and this was the whirlpool's. It was gray with triangular shoulder pads. On the back was a red swirl, which was the village and Uzumaki clan symbol. They both put it down and bowed to Naruto. "Those are the tuning vests of our village," Naruto said. "Everyone who passed the tuning exams in another village will get one. Now, go get ready. We leave first thing tomorrow morning." With a final bow, they left. Naruto looked at the village he had built. A place for the outcasts, the unwanted, the forgotten. He was going to protect the things precious to him, and this village was one of those things. Naruto put away his papers and began walking home. He had all his things ready, and so he went straight to bed. Naruto wondered if anyone at the village actually missed him. If there was, then he was sure to find out. Then Naruto entered into his dreams. The next morning, the Genin team set off. It would take a day to get there, so they got an early start. Naruto led the way, having once lived in the Leaf. They would need to get a boat since the land of Whirlpool was on an island on the outskirts of the land of Fire. They would then walk on land to the village. It was near nighttime when they arrived at the Hidden Leaf. They showed their papers and were allowed entrance. Naruto, no longer wearing a mask, got glares from villagers still in the streets. Then the Uchiha police force tried to arrest him until he showed them the Hokage's pardon on his crimes. They didn't want to, but they let Naruto go. "What did you do in this village?" Fang asked. "I'm the Jinchuriki of the tailed beast that attacked it 13 years ago," Naruto said. "I also ran away with the scroll of forbidden jutsus known only to this village." "I see," Fang said. "Well, for what they did to you, they deserved to be punished." "No one is to hurt anyone from the village on our stay," Naruto said. "Save your energy for the Chunin exams." They walked to a hotel that was to be their home for their stay. 3 rooms, 1 for the girls and 2 for the boys. Naruto let the others get settled while he went to see the Hokage. They were to meet on top of the Hokage's monument. When Naruto got there, the Hokage was waiting. "Did your trip go smoothly?" the Hokage asked. "It did," Naruto said. "Now, to be sure, no one knows I'm the Akuma Kage, or that I'm here, right?" "That's right," the Hokage said. "Thank you, Hokage." Naruto said with a bow. Naruto, the Hokage said. About everything. I know it all, Naruto said. My parents, the attack, all of it. Don't ask how, it's not a story I wish to tell. Very well, the Hokage said. For what it's worth, Naruto, welcome home. This isn't my home, Naruto said, walking away. It never was. 3 days before the Chunin exams and the Genin from Naruto's village were ready. They had trained each day and had remained hidden from the entire village. Now that the exams were coming, Naruto gave everyone the rest of the time off to look at the village. He hated the villagers, but loved the sights of the village. For Naruto, the first place he was going was Ichiraku Ramen. Hey old man, Naruto yelled. You know what I want, one bowl of my favorite ramen. Naruto, the old man shouted in joy. I thought I would never see you again. Yeah, Naruto said. One of my pranks went bad, so I had to run. So I heard, he said. So what can I get the first Akuma Kage? What? Naruto said. Oh please, Naruto, the man said. We have people coming in and out of the village talking about rumors of a new village that rivals the Hidden Leaf. Tell me how many people have bright blue eyes and whisker marks. Who knows? Naruto asked. Only me, so far as the villagers go. Teiuchi said. No one has ever said your name, I just assumed by descriptions given. No one knew the Akuma Kage's real name. I would like it to stay that way, Naruto said. My lips are sealed, Teiuchi said, placing a bowl of ramen in front of the boy. As Naruto was about to dig in, he heard a loud group coming. They sounded familiar. Then he realized who was coming. He quickly grabbed a menu and covered his face. Hey Sasuke, a boy yelled. I challenge you to a battle. Shut up, Kiba, two girls yelled. Come on, you guys, another person said. We're celebrating all the rookie teams going to the Chunin exams. Kiba started it, Shoji, a girl yelled. I know, Ino, Shoji told the girl. Naruto knew the coming group. It was all his classmates and their team leaders. He couldn't get caught by them. So, Kakashi, a man said. Should we take them out for ramen? Ichiraku's is right over there. I don't know, Asuma, Kakashi said. What do you think, Kurenai? Naruto could hear them getting closer. He needed to run, but he still needed to pay for his ramen, and Teiuchi had gone into the back for something. If he ran now, he would be stealing, and he would steal from one of the few people who cared for him. Well, Kurenai said, why don't we ask our little Genin? Good idea, Asuma said. So, what do you guys say? I'm in, someone said. Well, Sai is on, Asuma said. Who else? Shino? Shikamaru? Fine, Shikamaru said. How bothersome. I don't care where we go, Shino replied. Crap, they were coming over here. Maybe he can leave the money and run. He needed a way out and quick. What's this scent? Kiba asked, sniffing the air. No way out now. If Kiba and his ninja dog Akamaru had his scent, he wouldn't be able to hide. Hopefully, he wouldn't ask him who he was. Something wrong, Kiba? Kurenai said. I can smell someone familiar, but I don't know who, Kiba said. He's over there. Naruto could tell he was pointing at him without looking. They were all looking at him, and now they would all want to know who he was. Why don't you ask him his name? Ino asked. We should make Hinata do it, Kiba said. She always has trouble speaking with people, so having her talk to a stranger may help. Good idea, Kiba, Kurenai said. Go on, Hinata. Yes, sensei, a stutter from Hinata replied. Naruto froze as he heard her steps come closer. What was he going to do? Fighting a demon was easier than confronting old classmates. They would all ask questions, and of all people they had to send, it had to be Hinata. After leaving the village, Naruto came to terms that his heart never truly belonged to Sakura, who he used to have a crush on. Instead, he understood he really cared about Hinata, the cutest girl in the whole village, and her shyness only made her cuter. Excuse me, sir?" Hinata asked, tapping Naruto's shoulder. Well, it was out now. He was going to be seen by his former classmates. What would they think? They would more than likely hate him. After all, he stole the forbidden scroll. He was a rogue to them all. "Can I help you, miss?" Naruto asked, turning around with a big smile. Hinata stood in place for a second, eyes wide. Naruto couldn't help think her lavender eyes were beautiful, and her short midnight color hair was just as beautiful. Her face began to turn red as she began to finish processing who was in front of her. Hinata was looking at the boy she was in love with since he saved her from those bullies all those years ago. She had a hard time when he ran away, but now he was right in front of her. Unable to take it, she began to fall after fainting. Only before Hinata could hit the ground, Naruto wrapped her unconscious body in his arms. God, how many times had he dreamt about this girl? He looked at her in his arms and wanted to kiss her so badly, but held himself back. Lifting Hinata up, he placed her on a stool in Ichiraku's ramen stand. After seeing Hinata faint from far away, the others from the group went to see what had happened. As they arrived, they were surprised to see their long-missing classmate, Naruto. "Naruto?" Kiba asked. "What the hell are you doing here?" "I was eating," Naruto said, pointing at his now almost cold ramen. "No," Kiba said. "I mean, what are you doing back in the village? You're a criminal." "Am I?" Naruto asked. "Yes," said. "You stole the forbidden scroll." "Oh, that," Naruto laughed. "I was using it to train. And now I've returned the scroll and I'm going to participate in the Chunin exams." "Only Genin can do that, you dope," Sasuke said. "Last we checked, you failed your test to be a Genin. Maybe in the Hidden Leaf," Naruto said. "Not in the Hidden Whirlpool village." Everyone looked at his headband with a whirlpool on it. No one had heard of the village, so they didn't know what he was going on about. "Naruto?" Hinata mumbled in her sleep. "Is she dreaming about me?" Naruto asked. "I would say so," Kakashi said. "Naruto, why weren't you arrested when you came to the village?" "I had some strings pulled," Naruto said. "The Hokage owed my parents for what they did to stop the Nine Tails." All the Genin looked confused, as did the Jonin in charge of them. Everyone but Kakashi, that was. Kakashi was the only one who knew the truth, other than the elders. Naruto was the son of the fourth Hokage, and the last Nine Tails Jinchuriki. "What do you mean?" Sakura asked. "During the night of my birth, my mother, the Nine Tails jailer, was attacked," Naruto said. "Some guy in a mask knew a Jinchuriki was weak in childbirth and used that to his advantage. By that, I mean me. My father tried to stop him, but trying to save me, the Nine Tails was released and attacked the village. After fighting the masked man and the Nine Tails, my father and mother gave their lives to finish the battle. My father, the fourth Hokage, steal the Nine Tails fox inside of me, making me the new Jinchuriki. We were told he killed it, Ino said in disbelief. You can't kill a tailed beast, Naruto said. My father thought the village would look at me like a hero, but instead, they treated me like a demon. Feeling bad, the Hokage repaid my parents' sacrifice and my years of pain by destroying my criminal record. Is this true? Shikamaru asked, no one in particular. It is, a man said, joining the group. The right side of the man's face was all messed up, almost as if it had been crushed. He was missing his left eye, but luckily his right one still worked. He wore the Uchiha symbol, and he had spiky black hair and black eyes. Next to him was a girl with brown short hair and purple paint marks down her face. Obito, Rin, Kakashi said. You two returned from your honeymoon already? Yeah, Rin said. We wanted to see the Chunin exams. Naruto, Obito said. I was a student under your father, and I wanted to give you aid all these years. But I couldn't. I tried, but I thought it would be better if I stayed away from you. I might have made things worse. Let's not forget, it was the elders' decision you couldn't be with him, Kakashi said. They thought having the students raise Naruto was a bad idea. Yeah, Obito said, but I still should have done something. Well, Naruto said, it's not too late now. Please sit and enjoy some ramen with me, if that's okay with you all. Still shocked and surprised, the genin sat down and ordered. Obito, Rin, and the other jonin joined them. Hinata, who had woken up to hear Naruto's story, wanted to cry. She had always known Naruto was suffering, but was too scared to do anything. She hated herself for that. Naruto noticed her inner conflict and smiled at her. Hinata, Naruto said, I hope you don't hate me. I wouldn't hate you for being the Nine-Tails jailer, Hinata said. That's not what I meant, Naruto said. I was talking about always ignoring your feelings and trying to ask Sakura out. This caught everyone's attention. Was Naruto confessing his love to Hinata? Naruto was so focused on Hinata, he didn't notice Rin, Sakura, Ino, Kurenai, and Ayame, who was Teuchi's daughter, pull out cameras out of nowhere. Ever since I left the village, all I thought about was one day coming back for you, Naruto said. I was hoping to have more time to work on my approach, but here goes. Hinata, I love you. Will you please be my girlfriend? Hinata couldn't believe this. Naruto, her crush, was asking her to be his girlfriend. She could barely focus. She had to try hard not to faint. Yes, Hinata said. God, yes. With that, she passed out in Naruto's arms. He turned at the sound of clicking to see the girls were all taking pictures. Hey, put it out, Naruto yelled, embarrassed. After the pictures were taken, Naruto sat Hinata in her chair. He then joined the others in eating, where Obito began to tell Naruto something. You know her clan won't allow this, right? Obito asked. I have a plan for that, Naruto said. What? Obito asked. You'll see. After eating, it was time to part ways. Everyone said goodbye and left. Soon, it was just Naruto and Hinata. Naruto looked her in the eyes and placed his lips on her. I'll see you soon, Naruto said. Don't worry about your clan. When my plan all comes together, they won't be able to take you from me. I'll trust you, Hinata said. With one last kiss and I love you, they went their separate ways. David and Shay just watched from a rooftop in the now dark night. You're not going to let this go, are you, little brother? David asked. Nope, Shay said, looking at his camera to see all the pictures he had of Naruto and Hinata making out. This is going all over the village. He'll kill you, David warned his little brother. He needs to find out it was me first, Shay said with a grin. Who would guess, little old me, of all people? You're the first person he would think of, David laughed. I'm touched I'm the first person he would think of, Shay said, wiping away fake tears. Now to print these bad boys out. David watched his little brother run off and shook his head. Why did he have a feeling this would bite his brother in the ass? Turning back to the hotel, David started back to his room. The tuning exams would begin soon, and he couldn't wait. Naruto and the genin from the Whirlpool Village looked at the genin outside the testing area. The first trap was an easy one. If you couldn't see it, then you wouldn't last long in these exams. Do you all see it? Naruto asked. Yeah, Hera said, moving her blonde hair out of her eyes. Genjutsu basically puts your mind in hallucination. They think that's the testing area, but it's really not. Right, Naruto said. Let's go to the real one. They followed Naruto into a room with a bunch of other genin. Only most of them looked a lot older than them. Some looked to be as old as the Hokage. The only familiar faces were the 9 rookies of Konoha and the other 3 genin from the Leaf, Neji, Tenten, and Rock Lee. The rookies all approached Naruto saying hello.
Hinata, having been caught in her training by her clan, hadn't seen Naruto since they confessed to one another. "Hello, Naruto," Hinata stuttered. "Hello?" Naruto asked. "Is that all you're going to say after not seeing me for so long?" Naruto wrapped Hinata in his arms and kissed her. She didn't faint this time, which surprised her. The genin from Naruto's village were stunned. "Are you two, dating?" Frag asked. "Yeah," Naruto said. "There's something wrong with that?" Not at all," Frag said. "I just didn't think anyone in this village liked you." "I have a few friends," Naruto said, looking at the rookies from the Leaf. Not only in the Leaf, a voice came. Everyone looked to see it belonged to a boy with spiky red hair and green eyes. Behind him was a blonde-haired girl with a large fan on her back. Next to her was a boy in black clothing and painting on his face. Naruto knew who they were. "Gaara of the Sand," Naruto said, "and the Sand siblings. How goes the mission to change the sand?" "Slow, but we're getting there," Gaara said, shaking Naruto's hand. Naruto felt a piece of paper in his hand, and Gaara nodded. When Naruto was alone, he would look at the note. Suddenly, a gust of wind cut through the crowd, and Naruto knew what was happening, as did Gaara. A guy with white hair, Kabuto, had been talking to Sasuke for some time, but Naruto hadn't cared. It seems some other ninja did though, as they closed in on Kabuto and Sasuke. Naruto and Gaara stopped their attacks before they got close. "Nice try," Naruto said. "Do save your fighting until the exams begin," Gaara said. "Damn sound ninja." The attackers were ninja from the village hidden in the sound. Naruto actually had a few people from that village in his own village, so he knew a lot about them. Suddenly, another gust of wind broke through the crowd. Only it was the instructor, Ibiki Morino, arriving to begin the exam. "All of you settle down," he said. "You sound ninja? If you do anything like that again, you're out of the exams. Now all of you get ready, we will now begin the writing test." While he was talking, Naruto was going over the plan with his group. Hera had the ability to see into people's minds and get information without them knowing. She would do that and give the info to the others so they could cheat on the written test without being caught. After they were done planning, they took their seat and began the test. Even without the info, Naruto could have answered the test. Everyone else was also doing well. The Sand siblings, the Leaf Genin, and Naruto's Genin. After passing Ibiki's test by choosing to answer the 10th question on the test, which, if you got wrong, you could never become a Chunin, ever. Naruto and the others passed the test by proving to Ibiki that he could be a leader, that could rally his comrades. So, they moved on to the second test. Their instructor was a woman named Ango. She told them what to do and where they were going. The next test was to be held in the Forest of Death. Each team was to compete against each other to get 2 scrolls, an Earth Scroll and a Heaven Scroll. Once you had both, you went to a tower in the middle of the forest and moved on to the next round. You had a whole week to complete this test. Naruto and his team came to a gate to which would let them into the forest. They had an Earth Scroll, so all they needed was a Heaven Scroll. Before entering the forest, Naruto read Gaara's note. "Guys," Naruto said to his 5 Genin, who were about to split into 2 groups, the Sand Ninja and Sound Ninja, other than Gaara and his siblings, are planning an attack. If you find them, kill them. Don't hold back at all. Leave the other teams, but the Sound Ninja are dead. The Genin understood their orders. If Naruto wanted them dead, then they must be up to something bad. If they saw their targets, they would do as he told them. They separated and got ready to go into the Forest of Death. Naruto thought about Hinata and how she was doing. He was going to lead his team to meet up with the other Genin in the Whirlpool Village. then lead them to help Hinata's group. The gates opened and they ran in. The real part of the Chunin exams had begun. Now all Naruto needed to do was kill any sound ninja and keep all the rookies from the Leaf and his village safe. He could only use 25% of his power, but that was enough. When inside the forest, Naruto made hundreds of clones to search the forest for other teams. When he found one, he would either watch them, kill them, or just knock them out. The Chunin exams were going to get very interesting this year, that's for sure. After meeting up with all the genin from the Whirlpool Village, Naruto got to work. He sent hundreds of clones to search the forest for his friends and his enemies. Finding them all wasn't hard. Usually, Naruto wasn't a killer. But these guys weren't just common ninja. They were trained, organized soldiers. Who was leading them though? Surely not that Kabuto guy. Naruto knew Kabuto was working with them, only he didn't think he was the mastermind. Hey, Fang called. What do we do when we find these ninja? I know we need to kill them, but shouldn't we find out who's behind it all? We will, Naruto said. When we find Kabuto, the guy with white hair at the written test who was attacked by the sound ninja, we're going to have Hera use her abilities to pull info out of him. Alright, Fang said. What about me? Can I do anything? Yeah, Naruto said. I'll keep going on ahead after the Leaf Genin. You lead the others to the sound ninja. Just follow my clones and you'll find them. Yes, Lord Akumikage, Fang said, leading the others away. You're more concerned about Hinata and the enemy, aren't you? Kurama asked Naruto in his head. I am, Naruto said. I finally find a girl who has always loved me. I'll be damned if this little attack the sand and sound are playing mess everything up. Speaking of your girlfriend, Kurama said, I can sense your chakra a few miles ahead, and I wanted to know how you plan to make her clan agree to let you two be together. I just need to become a Chunin legally, Naruto said. Then I'll make myself and the other Whirlpool Genin into Jonin. After that, I'll tell everyone I'm the Akumikage, and they will think it's an honor to have their heir marry a Kage. Using their greed for power against them, Kurama said. You really are Kushina's son. She used to do the same thing with all the clans to get what she wanted. Really? Naruto asked. I thought my father, being the fourth Hokage, that he would have used the clan's hunger for power to his advantage. Your father was too trusting of the clans, Kurama said. Well, me and my mom know what they are really like, Naruto said. Anyway, do you sense any enemies nearby as well? Yeah, Kurama said. They're close to your girlfriend's team. Want me to release one of the chakra holds? Please do, Naruto said. I'd like to make this quick. Naruto felt as if a dam was opened. His power began to flow through him. It was only 15% of his power, so he still felt restricted. But with this much power, he was a high-level Chunin. As fast as he could go, Naruto took off to Hinata's team. Hey, Kiba said. I've got Naruto's scent. What? Hinata said. Naruto is nearby? Don't let your feelings get in the way, Hinata, Shino said. He's a ninja from another village now. We're all trying to become Chunin, so he may very well attack us for our scroll. I don't think Naruto would do that, Hinata said. Still, Shino said, stay on your guard. Use your Byakugan to find him, please. Okay, Hinata said. Hinata used her Byakugan, which allowed her to see miles ahead and chakra. She was able to see Naruto and he was coming their way fast. She looked closer to see his chakra was different, almost twice the size of the first time she saw it. He's coming this way, Hinata said. His chakra seems twice as strong than the last time I saw it. Naruto was the weakest of the class, Kiba laughed, so beating him will be easy. He's been training to be stronger, and he did so in a village we know nothing about, Shino said. Keep your guard up, Kiba. Fine, Kiba said. Here he comes. Naruto saw Hinata, Shino, and Kiba. They looked as if they were ready for a fight. Well, all but Hinata. Naruto wanted to kiss her for her loyalty to him. Right now, they were competing to become Chunin, and she still trusted he wouldn't hurt her, and she was right. Landing in front of them, Naruto quickly passed by Kiba, Shino, and grabbed Hinata. Anyone would have thought it was an attack, but Hinata knew it wasn't. As soon as he had Hinata in his arms, Naruto placed his lips on her. He held them there for a few seconds before releasing her. Hinata held her face as it grew red. Kiba's mouth hung to the ground, and Shino just stood in place, emotionless. Naruto just smiled at them. Naruto, Shino said, did you leave your team just to find Hinata and kiss her? No, Naruto said. I left my team to kiss Hinata and protect her. Naruto sent a bunch of kunai into the trees and scared the enemy ninja out of hiding. They were from the sound, so they weren't there to play nice. We can't kill them now, Kurama said. Your girlfriend might look at you differently. I know, Naruto said. We need to separate me from them. Naruto, Shino said. Why are you helping us? You're my friends, Naruto said. That being said, I'm going to trust you with looking after Hinata. She's too caring to kill anyone, and almost all the other teams will do anything to win. What about you? Shino asked. You know my nickname from my village? Naruto asked. There's a reason. I'm called the Shadow Demon. Take Hinata west of here and meet with my team. We'll all be working together. That way, only the Sand, Leaf, and Whirlpool Genin make it to the finals. Why? Kiba asked. No time to explain, Naruto said. When you meet my team, they should have the scroll you need. Now go! Hinata nodded and did as she was told. Most people think she didn't care Naruto was about to face 3 enemy ninja alone, but that wasn't it. She was worried because she knew Naruto was strong. This made Naruto love her even more since she trusted his abilities before seeing them. Trying to buy them time? The Sound Ninja asked. We'll kill you quickly, then get our scroll. You know no one knows the true power of the Sound Village since it's so new, Naruto said. The same can be said of the Whirlpool Village. Naruto looked at them with a demonic smile. It sent shivers down their spines as they saw killer intent in his eyes. Let me show you why the Hidden Leaf Village always called me a demon. Naruto laughed. Let the fun begin. Naruto looked at his fellow Genin from his village and smiled. Everything had gone as planned. All the teams who were part of the plan to destroy the leaf were either killed or had quit. Kabuto was one of the few that got away. Any other team that wasn't part of the attack that Naruto didn't want advancing was placed in a genjutsu until they were taken back to the village by an overseer like Ibiki or Anko. Those who did pass were tricked into thinking they had done all the work. This way, they didn't think they didn't deserve to go to the next part of the exams. So, Dan said, what now? We're the only team inside the tower that allows us to move on to the next stage. We have both scrolls for each of our teams, Naruto said. So, we can now go and enter the next stage. Let's go, everyone.
How many people made it through, Lord Akumikage? Hera asked. 12 from Konoha, 3 from the sand, and us 6 from the whirlpool, Naruto said. That makes 21 genin. You're going to try to shorten that number, right? Fang asked. Right, Naruto said. In the end, there should be 11 in the final round. This is where the next part of my plan comes in. Next part? Rose asked. Yes, Naruto said. I've studied how they choose who moves on. Fighters are chosen by a computer at random. Dan has the ability to get into any machine with his mind and control it. We're rigging the matches. We really are devils, Hera laughed. Demons, Frag corrected her. Yes, demons, Naruto said, and we're damn proud of it. After arriving at the tower and being accepted, Naruto and the other teams opened their scrolls. As Naruto had studied, a Chunin was to appear and greet them. Only Naruto wasn't expecting who was chosen to greet him. His old teacher, Iruka. Iruka-sensei? Naruto asked in disbelief. Naruto, you idiot! Iruka yelled, hitting Naruto over the head, but then hugged him. What the hell were you thinking running like that? I was worried sick. What do you mean? Naruto asked. What do I mean? Iruka asked Naruto back. It's what I said. I was worried about you. Don't tell me you actually believed Mizuki when he said I hated you. Naruto remembered how Mizuki tricked him into tracking the Forbidden Scroll so Mizuki could take it for himself. Iruka had tried to talk Naruto into giving him the scroll and coming back to the village. Instead, Naruto ran and created his own path. Why don't you hate me? Naruto asked. I'm a host of the Nine Tails, the creature that kills your parents. I didn't mean to, Kurama protested to Naruto in his head. Yes, you are, Iruka said. You're also Naruto Uzumaki, one of my students, and my little brother, not by blood, but by the pain of loss. We both understand the pain of having no one, but it looks like you found people to fill that void. Naruto looked at his team, and they smiled at him. Iruka was right. He was once alone, but no longer. Now, he had friends and a family. Thank you all for helping Naruto, Iruka said. It makes me happy to know you all have his back. Now, let me be the first to congratulate you on making it to the next stage of the exams. Well done. Thanks, Iruka-sensei, Naruto said, leading his team to the next stage. After the exams, I'm going to pay you back for all the ramen I've eaten off your money. That'll be a miracle, Iruka laughed. The teams all came together in one room, where the third Hokage gave a speech. The teams and their team leaders and exam overseers were all present. The genin from the Whirlpool village didn't care about the topic the Hokage went on about. Something about the exams being a war between villages. Naruto laughed at it all. If anyone tried to attack his village, it would be one hell of a mistake. Finally, after the speech, an exam overseer told the Hokage he wanted to hold a selection round before the finals, which was allowed. Dan had a list of who was to face who and went to work rigging the matches. Naruto made sure everyone faced an equal in some way. Hinata was to go first against Choji. Originally, she was going to face Neji at some point, but Dan changed that. Naruto watched each match go on. He had told Dan to make him the one who wouldn't face anyone since there was an uneven number of genin. This way, the other genin at least had a chance because Naruto could beat any of them. The winners were Sasuke, Shikamaru, Shino, Temari, Hinata, Neji, Fang, Rose, Dawn, Gaara, and Naruto. These were the genin moving on to the finals. Naruto, David said. We've got a problem. Naruto and the other genin looked at David. They had been celebrating their passing on to the finals. It was a month away, so they could relax. Naruto knew something was wrong when
He looked at Shay. His once joking and happy face was now covered in a mask of pain and sadness. "What happened?" Naruto asked. "Word from the village," David said. "Danzo launched an attack in hopes to get the scroll from us. 20 Foundation ninja attacked. They never made it to the village before being cut down, but they took 3 of our ninja with them." "No," Naruto said. "They weren't ninja. They were family. Danzo will pay with his blood. But we are to do nothing. After the Chunin exams, we will kill Danzo. Now, how about the plans for the exams? Our ninja acting as villagers will arrive at the finals as planned," David said. "They will engage the sound ninja. Pots of sand have been placed all over for Gaara to use to capture the sand shinobi. He will then take them back to the sand village and try to convince peace with Konoha. This might cause a civil war," Shay said. "Many of the sand have started to call Gaara the next Kazekage, as where others want him dead. We know Orochimaru killed the current Kazekage, so a replacement will be needed when the sand village learns. Some will want Gaara," Naruto said, "as others will not. If war does break out, we'll help Gaara. He's also a demon, like us." "So now what?" Fang asked. "We enjoy some R&R, Naruto said. "There's a festival for the passing Chunin soon. Enjoy it and be on guard. The enemy could be anywhere." With that, they all went to bed. Danzo had gone over the line for the last time. Naruto was going to end him. But when should he do it? After the exams, he will confront the Hokage and the elders. There, he will call Danzo out and kill him. Naruto didn't care what the people of Konoha would do. He owed those who died. Danzo was going down for good. Naruto looked at the moon as all his friends slept. He was their leader, but war was coming. Could he protect them all? 3 of his allies, his ninja, his family, now lay dead. Danzo was going to pay, and Naruto would be there when it was time for Danzo to meet his end. "You alright?" David asked, joining Naruto on the roof of their apartment building. "You need sleep, Naruto." "David," Naruto said, not looking at his friend. "Am I a good leader?" "Why would you ask that?" David asked. "Danzo is targeting our family because of me," Naruto said. "What kind of leader leads his family into the hands of the enemy?" "You're not a bad leader," David said. "We are all lost, and you brought us together. Hal, Shisui, Nagato, Fang, Rose, me, Shay, and the rest of our family. We are all here today because of you. Never forget the good you've done." "Thanks, David," Naruto said. "Go back to bed. I just need a walk to clear my head." "Be careful, little brother," David said. "What'd you say?" David asked, surprised. "Little brother," David said. "We're family, right? Even if you're the Okumakage, you're still my little brother." "Thank you, David," Naruto said, jumping off the roof, trying not to cry. "Naruto," Kurama said. "What's wrong?" "I can feel your pain. You want to scream out." "My home is being threatened," Naruto said. "I don't want anyone to die, but Danzo would see the village burn just for a damn piece of old paper." "It's the way ninja are," Kurama said. "They let fear and hate guide themselves." "Should I just give them the scroll?" Naruto asked. "They won't stop attacking," Kurama said. "Danzo sees our village as a threat. The only way to to stop the attacks is to fight back. A fight between the Foundation and the Whirlpool Village could cause too many deaths in my family, Naruto said.
And fight alone,
Kurama said.
You and I will carry the burden and die with it if we have to.
Why can't things just be easy? Naruto cried out. Why can't we ninja get along?
If it was easy, then it's not worth having,
Kurama said.
Peace is worked for. It's not just Danzo bothering you, though, is it?
It's everything, Naruto cried. The villages, the fighting, my friends, family, my shitty childhood. I've kept it buried, saying it doesn't bother me, but it does. I'm losing everything I love. If I fight Danzo, the Hokage might side with him, and I lose my friends in the Leaf, or I don't fight, and I lose my new family.
Are you just gonna let fate kick you in the ass?
Kurama asked.
I know you, Naruto, and if anyone can change this world and still have friends and family, it's you. But you need to stay strong.
It's so hard, Naruto said.
Every Kage deals with it, Kurama said. They deal with the burden of their village, their people, friends, and family. Now, show the world you can do the same.
Right, Naruto said, drying his tears. I'm the Akuma Kage. I can't break down due to the pressure now. I have to dry my tears and push forward.
That's the Naruto I know,
Kurama said in Naruto's head.
Now, you two enjoy your walk.
You too? Naruto asked. Naruto? A shy voice asked. Naruto turned to see the one thing from his childhood that made him happy about it. His girlfriend, Hinata. Hinata? Naruto asked. What are you doing out so late? I needed to get away from my clan, Hinata replied. What did they do? Naruto asked, getting serious. He said I was weak, Hinata said. They do that a lot, so don't let it bother you. Don't let it bother me, Naruto yelled. I won't let anyone call the woman I love weak. Why don't you live with me? Live? Hinata stuttered. With you? Yeah, Naruto said. I won't let them hurt you. I can't, Hinata said. I have a duty to my clan. I promised myself to end the division between the main and branch members of the Hyuga clan. If you were to accomplish this, Naruto began, would you come with me in my new home village? The clan planned to make my younger sister clan leader, so I don't see why not, Hinata said. Alright, Naruto said. Tomorrow, we go tell your clan about you going to live with me as my wife. Wife? Hinata said, almost yelling. We're still so young. We could die tomorrow, Naruto said. I don't care what people say about our age. I love you, Hinata Hyuga, and I want you to be with me until my death. Naruto, Hinata said. Plus, we're not really getting married yet, Naruto said. I plan to propose when I feel the time is right. I'm just going to tell your father I plan to marry you, and then we can be together. He'll never allow it, Hinata said. Leave that to me, Naruto said. I've been planning for this moment. Anyway, until tomorrow, you can stay with me. Okay, Hinata said. Naruto took off his red cloak he always wore and wrapped it around Hinata. He pulled her in and planted a kiss on her forehead, then her lips. I love you, Hinata, Naruto said. I love you too, Naruto, Hinata said. Naruto and Hinata sat in a dojo across from the Hyuga clan leaders. Most were old guys with brown hair and wrinkled faces. Hinata's father was really the youngest person among them. Naruto didn't like any of them for the way they treated Hinata. I'm here to ask for Hinata's hand in marriage and to make a deal with your clan, Naruto said. What did you say? An older Hyuga asked. Hinata's hand in marriage. Absolutely not. I thought you would say that, Naruto said. So, I'll make you a deal. A deal? Hinata's father? Hiyashi asked. As you should all know, I'm the host of the Nine Tails, Naruto said, having already told Hinata before coming to the dojo. My deal is simple, and I have 2 agreements for it. If I win the Chunin exams, not only will Hinata be allowed to live with and marry me, but you must also never use the cage bird seal on the branch family ever again. What do we get if you fail? Hiyashi asked. You can put the cage bird seal on me, Naruto said. Think about it, Hiyashi. You would have the powers of the Nine Tails at your fingertips. Hiyashi and the other members talked for a minute before agreeing. A deal was made, and both sides were to honor their agreement. They had fallen for Naruto's trap. In the exams, Naruto was the strongest, so he could easily win. This meant the Hyuga main branch just lost all its power. Everything passed by so fast. The festival had come and gone. Knowing the finals were to begin and everything was ready, pots of sand were all around the stadium and on the streets for Gaara to use. In the stands were the ninja of the Whirlpool Village, acting like normal villagers. Zabuza was there, protected under the agreement with the Hokage, and he was one of Naruto's strongest ninja. Soon the battle would begin, but the real question was, could they stop it? Naruto, Shisui said. Arriving at the stadium where Naruto and the other Genin were waiting. I wish you luck out there. Shisui, Naruto said. Weren't you to wait in the village? I couldn't just stand by, Shisui said. Shisui, Sasuke asked. Is that you? Sasuke, Shisui said. Yeah, it's me. How are you and Itachi? We're fine, Itachi said, walking out of the shadows, dressed in on-boot clothing. How have you been, Shisui? Still running from that fool Danzo? Not really, Shisui laughed. Shisui, Naruto said to Shisui his mind. I'm using Hera's mind abilities to speak with you. You wanted to ask me if Itachi could be told of the coming attack. Yeah, Shisui said. We know it's that snake, Orochimaru, so I wanted his help in ending the threat. Very well, Naruto said, ending their conversation. Hey Itachi, Shisui said. Why don't we get dumplings and talk about something very important? Did you say dumplings? Itachi asked, eyes wide. So you heard dumplings, and the very important stuff went right out the other ear. Shisui sighed. I guess I'll never change. Shut up, Itachi said, like dumplings. First fight, the announcer called. Shikamaru versus Tamaru. Ship it, Rose said. Again with the shipping? Fang asked. You got a problem with my ships? Rose asked. This is real life, Rose, Fang said. Not some anime. You can't just go shipping everyone. I'd keep my mouth shut if I were you, Fang. Naruto said. I've learned that shippers are very protective of their ships. How so? Fang asked. Believe me, Naruto said, shivering. I know. Okay, Fang said. Whatever you mean by that. Hours went by and matches with them. Finally, the last 2 matches had arrived. Naruto's last match had been against Neji Hyuga. After the fight, Naruto had convinced Neji, who hated the main family, including Hinata, that he could change the Hyuga clan. Now, in the finals, it was Sasuke versus Gaara and Naruto versus Hinata. It didn't surprise Naruto when Gaara's match ended with Gaara as the winner. But something was off. Gaara Naruto said as they were switching places to fight. Didn't Orochimaru plan to attack during your fight with Sasuke? He was meant to, Gaara said, but I think he's waiting for me to lose control over Shikaku in my fight. I see, Naruto said. You had the same idea in mind? Lure them out thinking I lost it? Gaara asked. Yep, Naruto nodded. Now, it's time to end the last fight. Naruto got onto the field only to be booed by the crowd, all except those from the Whirlpool village who cheered him on. Even though most of the crowd was booing, the cheers of the Whirlpool ninja drowned them out. Naruto smiled and Hinata who smiled back. She herself and Naruto were both surprised she made it this far. Naruto knew she was strong, but though she would give up due to her shyness. Only it all seemed to be gone. We will now begin the final match of the semifinals, the instructor said. Naruto Uzumaki versus Hinata Hyuga. Wait, Hinata said. I forfeit the match to Naruto Uzumaki. This shocked the crowd and even made some boo Hinata. Naruto glared at them with eyes of a killer animal, shutting them up. Are you sure? The instructor asked. You made it to the semifinals, and if you do this, your clan will be very angry. I've never been so sure about anything in my life, Hinata said, managing not to stutter. Plus, only the main family will be angry, and I've always wanted to say this, the main branch can go suck it. Anyone who wasn't a Hyuga main branch member nearly peed themselves laughing. Even the branch members laughed. Those who were present of the main family looked embarrassed and cast their eyes of hate on Hinata, only to see Naruto's. It was clear the warning in them. Touch her, and your clan's pride and honor will be the least of your problems. Very well, the instructor said. The next match is Naruto of the Whirlpool versus Gaara of the Sand. Hinata waved goodbye to Naruto and switched out with Gaara. Naruto watched Hinata leave and had Fang and Rose go with her. No doubt she made a lot of enemies with what she just did. Now, Naruto looked at Gaara, who gave a small nod. The plan was to make it look as if Gaara was losing, and then go into a rage with Shikaku. Once the match began, they ran at one another. Naruto pulled out his red-hilted katana and swung at Gaara. It was blocked by his sand, but then Gaara made it look as if he cut through the sand, pushing him back. To make it more convincing, Gaara yelled and snarled when Naruto cut his cheek. After a few minutes of fake fighting, it was time. Gaara put a face of killer instinct and began to transform into tailed beast mode, which he could freely use. To anyone other than those who knew, it looked as though Gaara was losing it. Suddenly, Naruto noticed a genjutsu begin to fall on the stadium. The enemy was making their move. The genjutsu was to put people to sleep. Anyone who could tell the genjutsu was cast released it before it could put them to sleep. Not many Leaf Ninja did this, but all the Whirlpool Ninja, acting like citizens, did. The Sand and Sound Ninja began trying to attack everyone, but stopped as sand began moving from all directions. Foolish mice, Gaara laughed. You've fallen for our trap. The sand encased the ninja, stopping them from hurting anyone. Gaara wasn't going to kill the sand ninja, only drag them back to the sand village after the battle. The sound ninja, however, weren't so lucky. Gaara had wide control over his sand. Even the sand ninja outside in the village got trapped in the sand. Now it was the sound versus the leaf in the whirlpool. The battle was over before it even began. Naruto noticed the Hokage in hand-to-hand combat with the Kazekage, who was really Orochimaru. That was Orochimaru's real goal, to kill the Hokage. Naruto noticed 4 sound ninja surround them. All of a sudden, a barrier was placed around them. He needed to bring that barrier down. Naruto, bypassed any ninja in his way until he got to the roof, where the Hokage was fighting. He pulled out his katana and placed it on the throat of a fat sound ninja. All he needed to do was disturb one of the ninja to end the jutsu. He couldn't help himself, but instead of killing the man, Naruto pushed him over, making him roll off the roof. The jutsu was broken. Rushing to the Hokage's aid, Naruto stood ready. Across from him was a man with pale skin, long black hair, and snake-like eyes. It was the rogue ninja and former student of the Hokage, Orochimaru. The battle for Konoha had truly begun. Well, if it isn't the nine-tailed brat, Orochimaru laughed. Hey! Naruto yelled. That's Mr. Nine-tailed brat to you, pedophile. Think you're funny, Orochimaru growled. Yes, Naruto said. I also think you're as good as dead. If you hadn't noticed, your side is losing this battle. Orochimaru looked around at the battle raging around them. People dead in combat or imprisoned in sand were all around. His forces had been cut in half and he was losing. If he didn't work fast, he wouldn't get to kill his former teacher. You're beaten, Snake, Naruto said. Give up and I'll let you live. I still have some tricks up my sleeve, Orochimaru said. Reanimation jutsu! Suddenly, two coffins arose from where Orochimaru was standing. They opened to show two long-dead people in old shinobi armor. They were the first and second Hokage. How dare you use Lord First and Second like this? The third Hokage barked. Have you no respect for the dead? Naruto laughed at Orochimaru's jutsu, which both Orochimaru and the Hokage found weird. What was so funny? You call this a reanimation? Naruto asked. They're only able to use what, 10% of their original power? I studied this jutsu for months, Orochimaru said. It was a jutsu created by the second Hokage. I have mastered this jutsu, so don't mock it. Mastered it, you say, Naruto said. Well, so have I, in fact. I've perfected it. Naruto did the same thing Orochimaru did and used the reanimation jutsu. Suddenly, two more coffins arose near Naruto. They opened to show two former ninja who had died many years ago. One had long, white spiky hair and green armor similar to that of the first and second Hokage. Next to him was a man with black hair that was pulled back into a ponytail who was in Anbu-like clothing. Meet Hiroru and Daiki, Naruto said. Two shinobi lost to history. Thanks to me perfecting the reanimation jutsu, they can use 100% of their power, and they can even talk, unlike your puppets. Why are we here? Daiki asked, rubbing his black hair. Is this the hidden leaf? Looks like it, Hiroru said. Last time we were here, it was still run by the first Hokage. Sorry to wake you both, Naruto said, grabbing their attention. I need your help. Well, if it isn't Naruto, Daiki said. I was wondering when you'd need us again. You're lucky we like your ideas for your new village, Hiroru said. Or we wouldn't let you use us like this. I know, Naruto said, and I thank you for that. Anyway, that pedophile over there is using the reanimations of the first and second Hokage to attack the hidden leaf. Can you guys hold them off for me? Easy as pie, Daiki said, activating his Mangekyo Sharingan. I've always wanted to fight the first and second Hokage. Don't underestimate them, my old friend, Hiroru said. Even at only 10% of their normal power, this could be a challenge. The reanimated ninja charged each other and began fighting. Naruto felt as if something was wrong, so he made a shadow clone to help fight Orochimaru. Lord Third, Naruto said, my clone will help you fight, but there's something I need to look in on. Very well, the Hokage said. Come, Sarutobi-sensei, Orochimaru said. Let me end you. Good luck, Naruto said, taking his leave. Naruto ran through the battlefield, killing any sound ninja that didn't see him coming. As he continued to kill his enemies, he noticed something. Two ninja who stood out from the rest. They weren't from the sand, sound, leaf, or whirlpool. They were from the village, hidden in the clouds. As he looked closer, Naruto saw them carrying someone. They had kidnapped Hinata. Kurama! Naruto yelled in anger, shaking the ground. Kurama transferred his chakra to Naruto, engulfing him in a chakra cloak. The orange chakra mode, called Nine-Tails Chakra Mode, gave Naruto new abilities. He used his now blinding speed to get in front of the fleeing kidnappers. The one holding Hinata was Naruto's primary target. He used Kurama's chakra to form a hand and tore Hinata from the man. Naruto held Hinata close as the two sound ninja attacked him. Die, Naruto said in a cold voice. The chakra around Naruto began to change. They formed large spikes that shot out at the coming attackers. They landed on them, but they didn't die. The spikes had been placed around Naruto only to stop the attackers, not kill them. Yet. You thought in all the chaos you could run off with Hinata, didn't you? Naruto asked. You want her eyes, the Byakugan. The Cloud Village has always tried to steal it. We will pay you greatly for her, one of them said. The Raikage can use this girl to give birth to an army of Byakugan users, and they'll reward you for your help. Give birth? Naruto asked, wanting to throw up just by saying the words. That's your plan? To rape her and force her to create an army for you? Now, I know what I need to do. At first, I was just going to imprison you. But now, I have a better idea. Naruto started making hand signs until a black ball appeared beside him. It was a jutsu he had been working on for those he hated. It was a torture sphere that placed the targets in a genjutsu of the caster's choosing. Then, after they couldn't take the mental torture, it would stop and would start the physical torture, which was a very cruel one. Scarabs, flesh-eating bugs, would pour onto the target and eat them slowly until they finally died. I have no sympathy for those who try to bring harm to Hinata, Naruto said, placing the spheres around the ninja. Now suffer, you bastards. The battle had ended in a victory for Naruto's side. They had released the reanimation jutsu on the Hokage so they could return to their resting place. Naruto also released the reanimation jutsu on Daiki and Hiroru. Almost all the sound ninja had been killed, but not one sand ninja since they were imprisoned by Gaara. Orochimaru somehow got away, but not for long. Itachi and Shisui were on his tail. Luckily, thanks to Naruto's clone, the third Hokage survived his battle with Orochimaru. The battle was over. It was clear that thanks to the Whirlpool Village, a great tragedy was avoided, and for that, Naruto was deemed winner of the Chunin exams, causing him to win his bet with the Hyuga clan. It was all over, but Naruto still had some loose ends to cut. Orochimaru and Kabuto ran as fast as they could to escape. They had lost, but were still alive. Thinking of a new plan, Orochimaru never noticed Itachi and Shisui gaining on him, until it was too late. Itachi attacked the fleeing snake, causing him to fall from the tree he had landed on. So, this was the mission Naruto wanted us to do, Itachi said. He wanted us to capture Orochimaru. Right, Shisui said. And I thought you didn't hear me over those dumplings you love so much. Shut up, Itachi said. Itachi, Orochimaru said as Kabuto guarded him. Are you here to give me your body? Strange, Itachi said. I was led to believe you went for younger boys. I'm not a pedophile, Orochimaru yelled. Sure, Shisui said. Now surrender, or else. Or else what? Kabuto asked. Nothing, Itachi said. This fight is already over. You're already under my genjutsu. Kabuto went to say something, but stopped. His face was covered by a look that made him seem almost dead. The same thing happened to Orochimaru. What was that? Shisui asked. My genjutsu, Itachi said. It forces the target to relive a moment in their life until they change. It only works on those who are evil. It allows them to change and learn the right path, or they will never be freed from the genjutsu. Well, let's drag them back to the village, Shisui said. Looks like it's all finally over. Naruto waited at Hinata's bedside for her to wake up. She'd been asleep for 2 days and he was beginning to worry. Early that morning, she began to toss and turn. Hinata finally sat up, healthy and awake. Naruto? She asked. What happened? Where are we? You were kidnapped by 2 clap ninja, and I saved you, Naruto said. Also, we're at the Konoha hospital. You've been asleep for 2 days. The village was under attack, Hinata said, remembering the battle. What happened? We won and captured Orochimaru, Naruto said. There were very few casualties. Also, I was named winner of the Chunin exams. Do you know what that means? Yes, Hinata said. The branch family is free of that damned seal. It also means you're free from your clan, Naruto said, placing his lips against hers. It also means you're my fiancé. What? Hinata asked, her face becoming red. That was the terms of the deal between me and the Hyuga clan, Naruto said. Why do you not want to marry me? No, I do, but Hinata stuttered. We live in 2 different villages. Come live with me, Naruto said. Your clan has disowned you, and I'm sorry about that. But now we can be together. I would love to, Naruto, Hinata said. But my team and my friends live here. I have a solution to that, Naruto said, kissing Hinata's cheek. Now get some rest while I go tie up loose ends. Naruto, Hinata said. Thank you. Naruto left Hinata's room and looked at Zabuza and Zane. He was trusting them with Hinata's safety as he went about his business. If anyone tries to hurt her, kill them, Naruto said. I'm off to see the Hyuga clan and the Hokage. We will protect her with our lives, Zabuza said. I know you will, Naruto said, starting off. We won't do it. One of the elder Hyuga main family members said, You never told us you could use the Nine Tails powers. I don't remember you asking, Naruto said. You'll hold up on your end of the deal, or I'll just have to make you. You dare threaten us? Another Hyuga asked. I'm not threatening, Naruto said. I'm promising, I promise you, that if my demands aren't met, you will all suffer. We had a deal, Yashi, Hinata's father said. As a clan leader, I will see to your demands personally, but the demand of removing the caged bird seal is impossible. The only way to do so is by killing the host of the seal. I have a ninja named Rose, who has the ability to remove any type of curse or seal, Naruto said. Now, let me remind you that with our deal, the main family loses its powers, as well as any form of influence over clan members, such as the right to marry outside of the clan. Our clan's bloodline will be tainted, an elder yelled. Well, you already tainted it, Naruto said. Now get to it, you damned idiots, or I'll start breaking legs. How dare you? An elder called out before being cut off by Hiyashi. You must do as he says, Hiyashi told them. That was the deal, and by our clan's honor, we must honor it. When your ninja arrives, we will start removing the seals. Thank you, Naruto said. This also means the use of the seal will be forever forbidden, and if used again, the user will pay with their lives. Agreed, Hiyashi said. Now, you all get to your duties and prepare for the removal of the seals. Naruto, please walk with me. Naruto did so and walked with Hiyashi. They walked to the Hyuga garden that was very beautiful and peaceful. As the Hyuga leader, I needed my daughter to be strong or she would be forced to carry the caged bird seal, Hiyashi said as Naruto listened. That is why I always called Hinata weak when she failed, and I never congratulated her for succeeding. I failed as her father, but perhaps now she can live a life she always wanted. Is that the real reason you agreed to my deal? Naruto asked. I knew you could use the Nine Tails powers when you came to make your deal, Hiyashi said. I could have turned you away, but you were my clan's and daughter's only hope for a future. After the clan made my twin brother give up his life so I could live, I never forgave the main branch. Wasn't it to prevent war with the Cloud Village? Naruto asked. That was the reason, right? Yes and no, Hiyashi said. If it weren't for the fact I have the Byakugan. You see, the caged bird seal seals away the Byakugan on the host's death. Since I don't have a seal, my eyes would fall into enemy hands. And your brother did have a seal, Naruto said. He was sent to die, so the Byakugan wouldn't leave the main family. Yes, Hiyashi said, but now there's hope for my clan. You plan to take my daughter to the Whirlpool Village, right? Yes, Naruto replied. Good, Hiyashi said. For what she did at the exams, the main family will want her head. Just promise me you'll take care of her. I promise on the honor of the Whirlpool Village, Naruto said. Thank you, Hiyashi said. That was all I wanted to speak about. It would be best if we never spoke again, and if I never see my daughter again. I'm sure I can make it happen to where you can come visit without the main family knowing, Naruto said. After all, you're going to be at our wedding, aren't you? I would love to, Hiyashi said. But how? I have friends in high places, Naruto said. For now, I must leave. I have a meeting with the Hokage soon. Naruto, the third Hokage said as their meeting began. Sorry, our meeting was put off for more time. I needed to gather the other elders. Naruto looked at the three other old people in the room. Two were old men, and one was an old woman. That's alright, Naruto said, using a summoning jutsu to summon the forbidden scroll of the hidden Leaf Village. As we agreed, the scroll is yours again. Thank you, the Hokage said, taking the scroll. Will you be leaving the village now? Not yet, Naruto said. There's still more to speak on, like your needed replacement. Replacement? The female elder asked. Yes, Naruto said. During the Hokage's fight with Orochimaru, I noticed he was slowing down. This is due to his old age. I suggest a fifth Hokage be selected, since you are only filling in the spot of the now dead fourth Hokage. I take it you have someone in mind, the Hokage asked. You're not asking a foreigner for advice on your replacement, are you? A male elder, Danzo asked. I am, Danzo, the Hokage said. I can't do this forever. Then choose me as your replacement, Danzo said. No, Naruto said.
Tsunade, your former student, or third. She is best suited to be the Hokage. I agree, the Hokage said. She's the only one of my 3 students who would take the title. Danzo, it's time to let a new generation lead the village. I strongly advise against this, Danzo said. How can you do that when you're dead? Naruto asked. Everyone looked at Naruto, not understanding. Naruto took his red-hilted katana he always had and pointed at Danzo. You, Danzo, of the Leaf, have taken the lives of 3 of my ninja, Naruto said. Now, you will pay with your own life. What? The other male elder asked. Naruto, the Hokage said. What are you talking about? Before the finals of the Chunin exams, a group of Anbu attacked my village, Naruto said. I lost 3 ninja in the attack. 3, 2, hell, even 1 is too much. Danzo must pay with his life. You must be mistaken, the Hokage said. No, Danzo said. I did order the attack. My men were to retrieve the scroll and kill the whole village. I saw this Whirlpool village as a threat, so I acted. Danzo, the Hokage said in disappointment. Well, now that you've cleared your conscience, Naruto said, I'm going to make you pay for what you've done. I can't allow this, the Hokage said. You can't stop it, Naruto said. I must avenge the death of my family. Plus, Danzo will come back to destroy my village, and I can't allow that. Then we end this, Danzo said. Anbu, attack! A second went by, then a minute, but no one came. An evil smile appeared on Naruto's face as a laugh escaped his mouth. Your little root Anbu won't be helping you, Naruto said. My own Anbu team has seen to that. It's just you and me, my friend. Very well, Danzo said. I will kill you myself. You couldn't defeat the nine-tailed fox in the night of the attack 13 years ago, Naruto said. What makes you think you can do that now? Well, you're not the Nine-Tails, are you? Danzo asked. No, Naruto said, showing his fangs that formed once he used a little of Kurama's chakra. Kurama would have been more merciful. Naruto hit Danzo so hard he flew out of the room where the meeting was held. He smashed through walls and landed outside on the streets of Konoha. He slowly got up as Naruto approached through the broken walls. Danzo used a wind jutsu to send a large gust of wind at Naruto. It would have cut a normal ninja in half, but not Naruto. Naruto raised his hand and swatted the jutsu away. Danzo looked in fear as his jutsu was swatted away like a small, harmless bug. Is that even possible? With amazing speed, Naruto faced Danzo. Naruto gave Danzo an uppercut, and as he flew into the sky, he kicked him hard in the back. Coughing up blood, Danzo tried to recover, only to be grabbed by Naruto. He was lifted off the ground as Naruto began to choke him. Danzo went to stab Naruto with a kunai, only to have it pierce Naruto's hand. Naruto held it there and smiled. That scared Danzo. Looking at his hand, Naruto laughed and pulled a kunai out using his teeth. Then he placed it in his hand. I'm going to kill you with your own kunai, Naruto said. This is the end, Danzo. No, please, Danzo pleaded. Do you think this is how all those you've killed felt? Naruto asked. Afraid, knowing they were about to die? I think they felt like this, and now you're going to have the same fate. I did it for the village, Danzo yelled. No, you did it for your own gain. Naruto said, you wanted to be Hokage. Now die, you piece of shit. Naruto slammed the kunai into Danzo's gut. Then he pulled it out and did it again and again and again. He hit at Danzo and he was getting everything he deserved. Ace, Vertigo, and Logan. Naruto said to the dying Danzo. Those were the men you killed. Ace just had a little girl born 2 weeks before you killed him. Now, at least, I can tell her the man who killed her father is dead. I'll see you in hell, Danzo said before dying. I'm sure you will, Naruto said. But you won't see me for a long time.
So, Hinata, Naruto said. Ready to go? Are you sure about this? Hinata asked. Naruto walked into Hinata's room and held her close. When Naruto left the village, it really wasn't home. But this was home for Hinata. It would be hard for her to leave. You need to leave with me, Naruto said. The elders of your clan are angry about the exams and your forfeit, so they may try to kill you. But all my friends are here, Hinata began. We'll visit, Naruto said. Also, an embassy is being built in my village for the Hidden Leaf, so they can visit as well. I guess this will be for the best, Hinata said. It is, Naruto said, kissing Hinata's forehead. And look on the bright side, we still have each other. Yeah, Hinata said. This is like a dream come true. Well, if your stuff is packed, let's get going, Naruto said. The others are waiting at the gate. Naruto, Hinata asked as they began to head to the village's gate. What is your village Kage like? You've never told me about him. Oh, Naruto said, wondering how he was going to tell her he was the Akuma Kage. He's kind and caring, but isn't afraid to kill people to protect those he cares about, and the whole village. He sounds like a great guy, Hinata said. What's his name? Naruto Uzumaki, Naruto said with a smile. Was that meant to be a joke? Hinata asked. Nope, Naruto said. The founder and Kage of the Whirlpool Village is me. That's right, a voice called out, and that makes Hinata queen of the Whirlpools. Naruto and Hinata turned to see David walking towards him. His twin wasn't with them, which was weird. Queen? Hinata asked, turning red. That's right, David said. The ninja from the battle returned home with news of our Akuma Kage being engaged to the Hyuga heir. People have begun to call her Queen of the Whirlpools and can't wait for her arrival. I see, Naruto said. Word travels fast. Indeed, David said. Much has come up on the topic of your marriage. Many in the village have already started bets on the gender of your first child. Child? Hinata asked, almost fainting. Well, I'll have to wait, Naruto said. After all, we won't be having a child anytime soon, unless Hinata wants one soon. Hinata hadn't heard what Naruto said after fainting. Luckily, he noticed just in time to stop her from hitting the ground. Nice going, David, Naruto said, giving the unconscious Hinata a piggyback ride. Sorry, David said. Shall we go to the gate? Yeah, Naruto said. Hinata and I already said goodbye to friends and, in her case, family. Then, let's get underway, David said. What about this embassy I've heard about? I plan to strengthen our ties with the Hidden Leaf with it, Naruto said. Plus, it will allow Hinata to meet old friends. It's a nice idea, David said. Also, I'm here on business. Our spies have sent word of a group hunting the tailed beasts. They call themselves the Akatsuki. Nagato told me how he and his friends made and disbanded the original Akatsuki. It was because Yahiko almost died. Luckily, he lived and they moved to our village. Looks like someone's using the old name, David said. I want you and your brother to look in on this, Naruto said. I'll send word and gather the Jinchuriki. As you wish, David said. The ship came to a stop on the shore where the Whirlpool village was located. It had changed from when Naruto left. Now there was a dock and more ships around. People were fishing, swimming, and laughing. The moment Naruto's ship docked, people flocked to it. As soon as Naruto touched all the kids that had been in the area surrounding him, asking him all kinds of questions about the leaf and the battle. Naruto looked in their bright, knowledge-craving eyes and laughed. He would have to give them a small story to hold them off, or he wouldn't hear the end of it, smiling at them as the Hokage had done to Naruto when he asked to hear his stories. Naruto led them to a nearby food stand and began his story. Everyone else from the boat watched and smiled at each other. Hinata found herself thinking how good of a father Naruto would one day be, and began getting red. After finally finishing the story, he tried to leave and join his friends, but a new problem arose. All the little girls in the group had seen Hinata, and the moment they saw her eyes, they knew who she was. It was her, Hinata Hyuga, Naruto's future wife. Hinata was taken back when all the girls rushed to her. They began screaming and smiling and asking all kinds of questions, like how many kids do they want, or do you have a date for a wedding picked, and other things. Hinata began to grow even redder than before, having such private questions asked. Luckily, Naruto came to her rescue. "Okay, everyone, leave Hinata alone," Naruto said. "All your questions will be answered in time. Anyway, Hinata isn't feeling well. She's got a fever, and you can tell by how red she is, so we're going to take her back to the village, okay?" "Okay," all the kids yelled. They waved goodbye to everyone and left to the Whirlpool village. Hinata looked at Naruto and placed her hand in his. It was so warm and made her feel safe in this unfamiliar land. He smiled at her and she smiled back. They couldn't help but notice Rose and Fang did the same thing. "You guys make me miss my dear Kyoko," whined Shay. "I wish she would come back to me." "All you have to do is walk a few more minutes," his twin sighed. David, Shay said, shaking his head. "You don't understand love. A minute apart is 100 years of torture." "He's not wrong," Naruto said. "Only for me, it's more like 1,000. When they got to the village gate, the guard stopped them. Even though it was Naruto, they demanded papers of entry. That pleased Naruto because he might be an enemy using a jutsu. No matter what, they saw the guards were to stop them and retrieve papers of entry. After seeing their papers, the guards smiled and bowed. They welcomed their leader home and let them through. When inside, all the villagers stopped what they were doing and welcomed them. A party had been planned to welcome them home. It was to honor those who died from Danzo's attack. Congratulations for those who became Chunin and Hinata's arrival. They were all finally home. That was when the battle ended. Naruto said to the kids sitting around him. "We had beaten Orochimaru and the Sand Ninja." "What happened to Orochimaru?" a little girl asked. "We put him in prison," Naruto said. "He's there until he learns the errors of his ways." "You came from the Leaf, didn't you, Lord Akumikage?" a brown-haired boy asked. "Did they change from their old ways and treat you better?" "Some did," Naruto said, "but not all of them. Now that my story's over, go on and play. Today is too beautiful to waste." "Okay," they all yelled and ran out the door. He was happy to see kids who could have been like him, playing with each other. Naruto never had anyone to play with growing up. "Tell that story again?" Hinata asked, walking into Naruto's office. "Yeah," Naruto laughed. "It's been a week since we came back to the village, and they still haven't gotten enough of that story." "You remind me of Lord Third," Hinata giggled. "You remember the story of him and his student Jiraiya? The one where he caught him peeping on the girls in the bathroom?" Naruto asked with a laugh. "And instead of yelling at him, he joined him. Then they were caught, Hinata busted out laughing. The face of the Hokage showed us all. It was a pure fear. If only we had been there, Naruto said. But now, we make our own stories. So, you have a meeting today? Hinata asked. I do, Naruto said, thinking of his soon-to-come meeting with the Jinchuriki. But that won't stop our date tonight. Also, I hope you don't mind Hal join us. Not at all, Hinata said. I'm heading back to the market with Rose. See you soon. Naruto kissed her goodbye and watched her leave. It was amazing how much she changed in a week away from her clan. She became more confident and her stutter was gone. Just as long as she wasn't embarrassed. So, Naruto said out loud, How are you, Gaara? From the shadows, a boy with short red hair and green eyes walked out. Gaara of the Sand, recently appointed Kazekage after a civil war in the Sand Village. I'm fine, Naruto, Gaara replied. I have to say, your village is lovely. This is my first time here. Now, shall we head to the meeting? Sure, Naruto said, placing his red cloak over his shoulders. How are things back at your village? Thanks to my abilities with sand and the love I gained by the common people, we won with little bloodshed, Gaara said. Now that peace has returned, we are strong and ready for the future. Good, Naruto said, because I think our futures are getting darker every day with this new coming threat. Threat? Gaara asked. A group called the Akatsuki, Naruto said. They're hunting us, all the Jinchuriki. Why? Gaara asked. Kurama said there's only one reason why anyone would gather all the tailed beasts, Naruto said. To restore the original tailed beast, the Ten Tails, a creature whose sole purpose in the world was to destroy. Why would anyone want such a thing in the world? Gaara asked. Maybe they think they can control it, Naruto said. I say we don't wait to find out. They entered a room with a round table in the middle of it. Sitting at the table were all the Jinchuriki, from 2 all the way to 8. Naruto and Gaara joined them, and began the meeting. Thank you all for coming, Naruto said with a wide smile. I'm happy to see you all here. It's good we are all here, Fu said. Now Naruto, what was so important you called this meeting? The Akatsuki, Naruto said. They're a group of criminals who are trying to capture the 9 of us in hopes to bring back the Ten Tails. That's foolish of them, Han said, shaking his head. Indeed it is, Naruto said. That's why I think they may actually be able to pull it off. They wouldn't do something so stupid if they didn't think they could pull it off. How would they do it? Yagura asked. They would need an army to take down the Ten Tails. I have a feeling they do have an army, Naruto said. But I think they have a different way to control the Ten Tails. The army is for the war with the villages. The 4th Great Ninja War. Another Great Ninja War? Roshi asked. That's just wonderful. What are we to do, yo? He asked. I'm going to call for a Kage Summit on the topic, Naruto said. I want to form an alliance with the other nations to end this threat. You think they will agree? Gaara asked. I'm sure the Leaf, Sand, Whirlpool, and Mist will, Naruto said. Then the others will fall into place, not wanting to be alone, and they have to fight the alliance. So then, Gaara said, looking at everyone. Are we all in favor of this course of action? Aye, everyone replied. With that, Naruto sent word to the other nations about the summit. Until then, he would enjoy himself. After the meeting with the Jinchuriki, Naruto went straight home to get ready for his date with Hinata. He best enjoy that time with her now, because if the Akatsuki succeed, he can kiss all of this goodbye. But it wasn't going to be easy for them. Naruto would make sure of that. The Kage Summit had finally began 2 weeks after the invitations had been sent. All the Kage came together for the meeting. Gaara of the sand, Tsunade of the leaf, Anoki of the stone, Mei of the mist, and A of the cloud all joined Naruto in the land of iron for the meeting. With them was Mifune, leader of the samurai who allied with no ninja village. He would act as a neutral party to help make a final say on an argument and give his opinion on situations. Alright, A said. Why were we all called here? Why by this brat? Raikage, Mifune said. Try to be nice. Why should I? A asked. A number of my people have left to join this demon. Raikage, Mifune began. It's fine, Mifune, Naruto said. I don't like A, so I could care less what he thinks of me, or says to me. Now, the reason I asked you all here is for one reason. A mercenary group named the Akatsuki. The Akatsuki? Anoki, a small old man who was the Tsuchikage, asked. What's so important about them? I know you have hired them a number of times to attack other villages, Naruto said. But do you know their real goals? Do any of you? Everyone but Gaara shook their heads. Naruto doubted they would have, or they would have acted by now. Their goal is to capture all the Jinchuriki, Naruto said. Why? Mei, a woman with long red hair who is the Mizukage, asked. If you kill a Jinchuriki, the tailed beast will just regenerate and pop up somewhere else, and I doubt the Jinchuriki would ever help them. They don't want their help, Gaara said. Just the tailed beasts. They are able to strip the tailed beast from its host and store it away, Naruto said. When they get all 9 of the tailed beasts, they will be able to summon the 10 tails. 10 tails? A asked. I thought that was just a myth told to scare children. It's real, Gaara said. As a Jinchuriki myself, I have talked to my tailed beast about it many times. It's a heartless monster and only lives to destroy. Then why bring it back? Mifune asked. If it only destroys. We think they have some way of controlling it, Naruto said. That's why we must stop them. To get the Jinchuriki, they would have to go through the villages, so I believe they have an army. We must band together and defend our way of life. We must form the first Allied Shinobi Forces. Allied Shinobi Forces? Tsunade, the new Hokage, asked. Naruto, are you serious? Dead serious, Naruto replied. We must put our differences aside if we want to survive. As Kage, we must not only protect our villages, but the future generations as well. I'm willing to forget all past problems with any village, if it means peace for our children and their children. The sand stands with the whirlpool in agreement, Gaara said. As does the leaf, Tsunade added. An allied shinobi force is a good idea, Mifune said. Why not just make it the allied forces, because the samurai stand with you, Naruto Uzumaki. If Mifune and Tsunade are in, so am I, Mei said. I must protect my brother, B, in my village, A said. If this is the way to do it, then I'm in. Looks like I have no choice, Noki said. I'm in as well. Then, it is decided, Naruto said. From here on out, we are no longer just different villages. We are simply ninja and samurai, fighting as one. Now, let's start making up plans to prepare for war, if it comes our way. I think we need a separate force to gather intel on the Akatsuki, he said. I say we have all our intel task force come together to start gathering intel. I agree with Mizukage's plan, Gaara added. Alright, Naruto said, but first, we need a base of operation, and a leader for it, as well as a commander-in-chief. I say A should be our HQ leader calling the shots and Gaara as commander-in-chief. Why them? Inoki said. B tells me his brother has a way of bringing people together, and we need a leader like that, Naruto said. I've known Gaara for some time, and he is best suited for leading the troops in the heat of battle. All opposed? Mifune asked. Naruto looked around to see no one raise their voice or their hand. It was decided then. Now, on to where the HQ should be placed. We need to build a HQ far away from any village or town, Naruto said. Last thing we need is for civilians to get in the way if the HQ is attacked. There, our intel teams can come together and get to work. I have a few places in mind, Inoki said. The best part about being old is you know some of the best places to put up a strong, well-defended HQ. I leave that in your hands, Tsuchikage, Naruto said. Then, the rest of us should return to our villages and spread the word of our alliance. We meet in 2 weeks from today to further prepare for the worst. With everyone in agreement, the meeting came to an end. Now that an alliance was formed, they stood a chance against the Akatsuki. Naruto only wished he knew more. Who was leading them? What numbers did they have in the way of troops? And when will they attack? Not having any ideas, Naruto and his escort Anbu headed home. He could feel it deep down inside. War was just around the corner, and they needed to be ready. Naruto sat at his desk digging through a pile of papers on it. They piled up so high he couldn't see over them. Thanks to the newly made alliance with the other nations, the paperwork had quadrupled in size. How long had he been signing papers for? I think it's time for a break, a voice came from the other side of Naruto's paperwork. Who is that? Naruto asked, trying to push all the papers out of the way. I can't see you. It's Nagato, the voice replied. I'm here to talk to you about Hal. Hal? Naruto asked seriously. Is he alright? What's wrong? I want you to tell me everything. Calm down, Nagato said. He's fine as far as I know, but he misses you. You hardly see him or Hinata, now that I think about it. I know, Naruto sighed. Ever since the alliance was made, I've been piled with work. I guess I can take a break and see how Monday classes are going at the academy. It's Thursday, Nagato replied. Thursday? Naruto yelled. I thought it was Sunday night last night. You mean I've been working for like 4 days? Hinata asked me to come get you for that very reason, Nagato said. I'll finish up here, you'll go get a shower, some sleep, and then a week off. 2 days only, Naruto said. I can't be slacking off. You're not, Nagato said. And you need to be ready when the enemies make their move. I can't have you falling asleep during a battle. Fine, Naruto said, trying to get up, but it was no use. He had been sitting for so long, his body wouldn't listen to him. Damn, I can't even move. Naruto created a shadow clone to help himself up. He thanked Nagato and began limping away, using his clone to help him get used to walking again. As Naruto finally got some feeling back in his legs, he dispelled the clone and began walking normally. Naruto? Someone called. Naruto looked to see who called his name and smiled as Hal came running up to him. It felt like forever since they had talked to one another. Hal, Naruto said. Sorry I haven't been around lately. I understand you're busy, Hal said. I'm just glad you haven't forgotten me. I will never forget you, little brother, Naruto said. I'm heading home to shower and take a well-needed nap. How about tonight me, you, and Hinata have a dinner together? Sound good? Sounds great, Hal said. Oh, and I have a question. Ask away, Naruto said. I may just have an answer. Will everyone serve in this coming war? Hal asked, sending fear through Naruto's whole body. My teachers say I should graduate sooner than others my age. You and anyone who isn't a Chunin will not serve in the war, Naruto said, beginning to walk home again. Why? Hal asked. I can fight and I'm very skilled. You will not be going to war. That's the end of it, Naruto said. Who says you get to make that choice? Hal asked, anger rising in his voice. Just because you are Kage now? As Kage, I say no one under Chunin will fight in this war, Naruto said. And as your brother, I say the same damn thing. I may die out there, but I'll be damned if I let you die too. So you're treating me different because I'm your little brother? Hal said. Yes, Hal, Naruto said, getting angry. I'm sorry, I want to protect you. I don't need to be protected anymore, Hal yelled. I'm not the same weak kid you found being attacked by a bunch of drunk idiots. You're right, but you're still a kid, Naruto said. It's my duty to protect you as an adult, Kage, and your older brother. What does it matter if I live and others die? Hal asked, raising his voice. Because you're the only one I trust with looking after Hinata, Naruto yelled. Silence fell between the two brothers. Hal was shocked by what Naruto said. He trusted him with Hinata's safety. You're strong, Naruto said, his voice becoming calmer. In a few years, you may be even stronger than me. So if I die, I need to die knowing Hinata is in good hands. This isn't a mission I'm giving you. I'm asking you to take care of Hinata for me. You know I would, Hal said, but you and I won't die. We'll come back alive together. You can take care of Hinata yourself and we can be a family. I also think we will both live, Naruto said. But I must prepare for the worst. Promise me you'll stay in the village and watch over Hinata, but promise me. Fine, Hal said, giving in. I promise. Thank you, Naruto said with a sigh. I'll see you at dinner. And Hal, everything I do, even if it pisses you off now, is for your safety and for the safety of the future. I know, Naruto, Hal said, but remember, it's your future too. I will, Naruto said. Now, I'm going home to get a shower. See you later. With that, Naruto ran off home where Hinata was waiting. After saying hello and kissing her for a good 2 minutes, Naruto went to get a shower. He let the water drip down his neck and down his back, letting the water wash away all the worries he had about the coming future. After drying off and putting some sleep clothes on, Naruto laid down to sleep before he was to have dinner with Hal and Hinata. After laying down, Hinata came to join him. Within a few minutes, he was peacefully asleep. Naruto woke up to the bright morning light and groaned. It had been a few years since the alliance was made, and no war had come their way, not even a small attack by the Akatsuki. In a few months, Naruto would turn 17. But Naruto never really liked his birthday since it was the same day his parents had died. As Naruto rolled out of bed, he saw Hinata start to turn back and forth on her side of the bed, and leaned over her, placing his lips on her cheek. She smiled and looked up at him. Good morning, Hinata said. Good morning, Naruto replied. How are you feeling? I'm fine, Hinata said, sitting up. Her hair had grown out and laid on her back. She had always been beautiful to Naruto, but he loved her long hair. It was such a beautiful color. What about you? You've been working in the office until all hours of the night all week. I'm alright, Naruto said, running his hand through Hinata's hair. So, are your bags packed? They are, Hinata replied, placing her hand over top of Naruto's. Are you sure you should take a vacation? Yeah, Naruto said. Shisui and Nagato can handle things here. Besides, we deserve a vacation. How much do you think everyone's changed? Hinata asked. We haven't been to the Hidden Leaf since the Chunin exams, and no one has visited us. They've been busy preparing for war, Naruto said. So it makes sense why they never visit. That's why we're going to go see them. Sakura, Ino, and Tenten have been planning things to do with you all week. What about you? Hinata asked. What are you, Shikamaru, Sasuke, and Sai doing? No clue, Naruto laughed. Maybe we'll meet the other guys and go out to eat or something. Sounds like fun, Hinata giggled. Well, I have to go to the office before we leave, Naruto said, kissing Hinata goodbye and heading to the door. I'll see you at 4. So, that's it, Shisui said. Go have fun on your vacation, Naruto. I will, Naruto sighed. I really need this break. Naruto grabbed his bag and started off to the village gate. Hinata was already there, waiting for him. Hal was there as well. Naruto smiled at his now 11-year-old brother, who wore his headband with pride. I thought I'd see you guys off, Hal said. Thanks, little brother, Naruto said. Sure you don't want to come? I'm sure, Hal said. I already made plans. Naruto looked behind Hal to see a girl Hal's age with long purple hair and light gray eyes hiding behind a pile of stacked boxes. Naruto knew who she was. Her name was Mira, and she was Hal's teammate, who also had a crush on him. And it just so happens that Hal has a crush on her too. I see, Naruto smiled. Tell me about your date when I get back. I didn't say I had a date, Hal said, shocked. No need to, Naruto laughed. I know about your crush on Mira and hers on you. Go have some fun, alright? Right, Hal said. See you later. Naruto waved goodbye and then joined Hinata. They started walking off when a giggle escaped from Hinata. What's so funny? Naruto asked. Those two, Hinata grinned. They remind me of us. You're so shy like I was, and Hal had no clue of her crush for so long. They just started recently going out last month, I think was when they started. Good for those two, Naruto said. They're perfect for each other. But anyways, I have a ship waiting at the docks for us. Let's get this vacation started. So, Sasuke said, have you two done it yet? Naruto spit out his ramen while the other guys laughed. After arriving in the village, Naruto and Hinata met up with their different groups. Naruto and the other guys all went to get some ramen, and that led to this moment. What the hell, Sasuke? Naruto yelled. So, yes? Why do you care? Naruto asked. Even if I did do it with Hinata, I wouldn't tell you. You know, Naruto, Sai began. I've read that in a relationship, if you don't please your lover periodically, they will always grow tired of you. In fact, for that reason, me and Ino always... Okay, Sai, Shikamaru said. We don't want to hear any more. Why is that? Sai asked. Tamari hasn't been around lately, so you must feel lonely. Love is more than that, Lee yelled. Love brings two people together, not for pleasure, but for the sole reason of just being together. Even if Naruto hasn't had sex with Hinata, they will not grow tired of one another, for they have youth. Lee, you're making a scene, Neji said, pulling Lee off of the table he had jumped on. Now then, let's stop talking about my cousin's personal life. Or would you like me to tell everyone about you and Sakura, Sasuke? Oh, Kima laughed. Do tell. Shut up, Neji, Sasuke yelled. Naruto nodded to Neji, who continued with the story. Time to get some revenge on Sasuke for bringing the topic of doing it up. They were doing it all night, Neji said. You could hear through the whole village. Surely you heard Kiba, or Akamaru might have. I do remember Akamaru telling me he heard some weird noises, Kiba said. We thought it was just some nearby animal. My bugs also heard some strange noises coming from Sasuke's house, Shino said from his corner, all mysterious-like. And his brother and parents weren't home. Are you spying on me? Sasuke yelled. I'm spying on everyone but Naruto, Shino said. I asked my bugs to do so, but there is some barrier stopping them. I have the village in a protective bubble, Naruto said. No spying for you, Shino. Well, Choji said, finishing his 5th bowl of ramen. I'm going to buy some bug spray later. Anyway, Kakashi said, cutting in to stop a fight from breaking out over Shino spying. Guy, Asuma, and I are off to head to meet the girls. You guys want to come? Sure, Naruto said, finishing his bowl with the others not far behind him. Oh, and no one says anything about what we talked about. Hinata would faint the moment she even heard about us doing it. Our lips are sealed, Sasuke said. They better be, Naruto laughed. Or else I'll seal them myself, and we of the Uzumaki clan are very skilled in sealing jutsu. Funny, Sasuke said. He's not joking, Kakashi said. I would watch it, Sasuke. Remember, Naruto is a Kage level ninja. With that, the guys joined up with the girls and continued their night of fun. Sadly, it all came to an end after Lee accidentally drank some alcohol. It took Sai, Guy, Asuma, and Kakashi together to stop him on his drunk rampage. Naruto was too busy laughing at how funny Lee was acting to join them. In the end, Lee destroyed a whole store, but no one was hurt. Naruto and Hinata made a mental note to not let any alcohol near Lee at their wedding, whenever it may be. With that, they all left and went to bed, after an exciting evening. So, Naruto said, the Akatsuki have made a move. When? He yelled. Why are we now just being told? I called this meeting as soon as I heard, Naruto said. It appears they tried to take the One Tail. Is this true, Kazekage? Mifune asked. It is, Gaara said. It was a hard battle, but I got them to retreat. The attacker had long blonde hair and mouths on its hands. That's Deidara, Inoki said. He was my former student, now a rogue ninja. How do we defeat him? Mei asked. Insult his art, and he'll lose his head, Inoki said. He won't think right. This brings up another matter, Naruto said. I believe we need a new ninja academy. Not one like the ones we have today. What do you mean? Tsunade asked. A joined academy for all shinobi and samurai, Naruto said. It's time to bring down all our walls and combine our cultures. The next generation will train together and befriend one another. This will also allow everyone to know the same strategies to defeat rogue ninja, like Deidara. Why do you want that? Inoki asked. To end any chance of a new rivalry between villages, Naruto said. If we throw out the whole leaf, sand, cloud, stone, mist titles and shinobi and make them simply ninja, then it may make them think we're all on the same side. Explain more, please, Mei asked. Well, if a sand ninja and a mist ninja were injured on the battlefield, and a medic from the sand came by, who would he help? Naruto asked. It would more than likely be the sand ninja who wasn't even hurt all that bad, as where the mist ninja died because his wounds were worse. If they were just ninja with no mist or sand division, medic would help the critically injured ninja. You want to make sure the next generation doesn't let the village they come from dictate their decisions, Gaara said. Right, Naruto said. I've developed a new transport jutsu after studying my father's fighting methods. By placing a marker on the ground in 2 places, anyone can use it to teleport. I plan to use these to transport students from every village to this new academy, and they can use them to go home. We can all use these markers in the war, he said. It can transport troops and supplies quicker. Can you make it to where it's a one-way? We can't take any chance of the enemy using it to get to our HQ. Give me a week, and it will be done, Naruto said. Good, Ada said. I think that's it for the meeting. Naruto stared home, trying to wrap his mind around what was to come. The Akatsuki movement was increasing, so war wasn't too far off. If they were to attack now, Naruto wasn't sure who would win. Every side has a few trump cards that could turn the tides of war. Suddenly, a chain came flying out of nowhere. Naruto jumped away just in time as it slammed into the ground, causing the ground to shatter. The attacker came out of the trees and stared at Naruto, with his one eye through his mask. The eye was that of an Uchiha's. It held the Sharingan. "You must be Madara Uchiha," Naruto said. "Perhaps," the masked man said. "But I can say I am part of the Akatsuki, and I'm here for you, Nine Tails." "For starters, my name is Naruto," Naruto replied. "And what makes you think I'm coming with you?" "You have no choice," the man laughed. "No choice?" Naruto asked. "Oh, there's always a choice." Naruto rushed at his attacker with blinding speed. As he threw his punch, the masked man caught it and tried to kick Naruto. As the man's leg came at Naruto, Naruto suddenly vanished and reappeared behind the attacker. "That jutsu," the man said. "The same one as your father's. I hope you won't be as bothersome as he was." "Don't hold your breath on the..." Naruto smiled. Naruto vanished again, making the man look in all directions. Believing Naruto was behind him, the man swung his chain around, only for it to slide through the air. Then, out of nowhere, the ground opened up, and Naruto appeared. "You were underground?" the man yelled. "Rasengan!" Naruto shoved the blue spinning ball of wind into his attacker's chest, sending him flying backwards a few feet. When the dust cleared, the man had disappeared. "Well done, Nine Tails," the man's voice called out from all directions. "You managed to injure me. I underestimated you like I did your pathetic parents. But I promise you next time, I won't make the same mistake. Until then, Naruto of the Whirlpool." "Come back and finish this, you coward!" Naruto yelled at the top of his lungs. "If you're so strong, why are you running away?" "A smart man knows when to stop fighting," the masked man called. "It's better to live and fight another day than to fight on and die for nothing." With that, Naruto was alone and angry. Angry that the man that killed his parents had once again gotten away. Next time, he won't. Whoever he is. 2 weeks had passed since Naruto's attack. The masked man who attacked Naruto walked into the entrance of the Akatsuki secret hideout, which was no longer a secret. The Lion Scouts had already found the hideout, but not the entrance itself. He walked through the dark hallway until he came to a large room with a large statue. Below the giant statue was an old man with long, white hair. "The boy's stronger than I thought," the man said, removing his mask. The man behind the mask was no older than the 16-year-old Naruto. He had short black hair and dark, cold black eyes. "Next time, I'll defeat him." "Calm yourself, Kudo," the old man said. "We'll get our revenge in due time." "Madara," the voice called out. "Everyone's ready." "Ready?" Kudo asked. Madara smiled and shuffled his way out of the room. Kudo followed the slow old man until they came to a room with a long table. In each chair along the table were men in long black coats and red clouds. "Why are we all here?" Madara asked with a yawn. I wanted to work on my art, old man. This is important. Madara sighed, taking his seat. Then, let's get this done, Sasori said. What do you want to talk about? All our attempts to capture the Jinchuriki have failed, Madara said. Now the Alliance has gained a good footing. We must go to our last resort. You mean, Hidan began. Yes, Madara nodded. We are going to war. The Zetsu army is ready, and you, my generals, will lead them. About time, Hidan yelled. I need some good sacrifices. Fine, Kakashi said, but I'm doubling my cost for my services. I'm in, Kisame said. Very good, Madara smiled. Let the fourth great shinobi world war begin. Naruto looked out the window into the dark storm clouds that roamed the skies. Something was wrong. He could feel it inside. Suddenly, Nagato rushed through the door. Naruto! Nagato said out of breath. The enemy is on the move! What? Naruto yelled. Just a minute ago, we got word from our scouts, Nagato explained. They're moving out, and in large numbers. The war is beginning. Send word to all ninjas. We are moving out, Naruto said. Get to the teleporter, and get to the HQ. Yes, sir, Nagato said. Naruto began putting on his gear when Hinata walked in. She looked as if she had seen a ghost, or worse. Naruto. I have to go, Naruto said. Let me go with you, Hinata begged. No, Naruto said. I would worry about you too much, not focus on fighting. Stay here where Hal can protect you. I don't need protection, Hinata protested. I know that, Naruto said, but it makes me feel better. I can't let you go alone, Hinata said as tears began running down her face. Naruto wiped the tears from Hinata's face and kissed her cheek. She wrapped her arms around Naruto and cried into his jacket. I'll be fine, Naruto said. Hey, when I get back, we can start planning our wedding. How about that? You think that'll just make everything better? Hinata asked. No, Naruto said, kissing Hinata again. But it gives the both of us something to look forward to. With one more kiss, Naruto left, heading to the Alliance HQ. The division leaders were Gaara, Kakashi, Darui, Kitsuchi, and Mifune. They would lead the troops in battle. Naruto and the other Jinchuriki would focus on targeting the heads of the Akatsuki. If they cut off the heads, the war would be over. Naruto, Kurama asked in Naruto's mind. Do you truly think we can win? Where is this coming from? Naruto asked. Madara is strong, Kurama said. He could take on the entire shinobi army and the Kage all at the same time. This could be a fruitless battle. Still, Naruto began, we have to try. Everyone is counting on us. Brothers, sisters, parents, friends, lovers. All of these kinds of people are counting on us to win. Then, let us not disappoint them, Kurama said. I can sense the enemy chakra from here. Why don't we head to the front before the allied forces? I can send a message to the other Jinchuriki and start a widespread surprise attack on the Akatsuki. Alright, Naruto said. But everyone needs to be in pairs of twos. One Jinchuriki can be overwhelmed by thousands of enemies, but two can watch each other's back. You got that right, bro, a voice called out. Naruto looked behind him to see a man with brown skin and blonde, almost white hair. He had a total of 8 swords, and wore a cloud head protector. B! Naruto yelled with surprise. We were close by when we got the news, the 8-tail said. So, we thought we'd join you guys. Where to now? The largest attack force is at the beach, Kurama said.
Should we go there?
Naruto made a bunch of clones, and they began going in all directions. He was sending them to all the battlefields. We are heading to the enemy hideout, Naruto said. Our only target is Madara, Uchiha. Then let's get him moving, yo, B yelled, jumping ahead of Naruto. You idiot, you're going the wrong way, the Eight-Tails yelled. And last, Naruto sighed. The war is finally here. I hope with a true peace. But there's still work to be done. Let's go, Kurama. Naruto and B jumped from tree to tree as they headed for the enemy hideout. The war had started about 5 hours ago. In Kurama's chakra cloak mixed with Sage Mode, Naruto could sense everything going on in the war. The allies in Zetsu have clashed on multiple battlefields. As much as he wanted to help them, he had another target. They needed to take down Madara and end the war quickly. Hey B, Naruto called out. Any idea how to get in this hideout? I say we bust down the door, B said. I guess that would work, Naruto said. I hope everyone else is alright. Kakashi cut down a Zetsu and then moved to kill another. The Zetsu had shown up an hour ago, and by the looks of things, Kakashi was winning. Suddenly, a large bang was heard, and Kakashi saw some of his troops get thrown back. From the smoke came a man with blue, shark-like skin. His profile said his name was Kisame of the Mist. Guy, Kakashi called. Zabuza, give me a hand. Right, Zabuza replied. Let's show him our youth, Guy yelled in joy. A copycat, beast, and demon versus a shark, Kisame said. Sounds fair to me. How are things out there? A asked Shikaku, the allied strategist. Kakashi has met the enemy, Shikaku said. I believe with him leading, they will be victorious. Good, he said. What about everyone else? Both Mifune and Kitsuchi have engaged the enemy as well, Shikaku said. We expect Gaara and Darui to meet their opponents soon. By morning or midday tomorrow. Sir, word from Commander-in-Chief Gaara, a man yelled. The enemy got there faster than we thought and they are beginning their assault. They're badly outnumbered. When Kakashi and Kitsuchi finish their battles, have them send a quarter of their troops to Gaara, he commanded. Then have another quarter of their men ready to join Darui since he's bound to get the largest number of attackers. The rest will stay at their posts. Yes, sir, the man replied. Shikaku, Tsunade asked, what about the other Kage and Jinchuriki? The Tsuchikage joined our commando team and engaged Deidara and Sasori, Shikaku said. And the Mizukage is protecting the nobles of each village without any sign of an attack. As for the Jinchuriki, they're all spread out in teams of 2. What are they doing? A asked. Most have joined up with their troops on the front lines, Shikaku said. Except for B and Naruto, who went after Madara. I see, Tsunade said. Keep us posted, Shikaku. Will do. Damn you, old man. Deidara coughed as his heart stopped beating. I will miss you, Deidara, my old student, Inoki said, trying hard not to cry. Are you alright, Kankuro? I'm fine, Kankuro said, standing over the dead Sasori. I will make sure your memory and wishes live on, Sasori. Send word to HQ we killed the enemy commando unit, Inoki ordered the ninja. They will tell us where to go next. Sir, Shikaku said, Deidara and Sasori are dead. Where should the Tsuchikage and the commando unit go next? Send them to Gaara, he commanded. Yes, sir, Shikaku replied. Relay the orders to the commando unit on the double. Gaara watched as his comrades got struck down. They were in the desert, so he had an advantage. But there were so many Zetsu that he couldn't protect everyone. Biting his thumb, Gar performed some hand signs, then summoned Shukaku. "Shukaku," Gar said, "give me a hand, please." Shukaku began moving about, taking out any Zetsu he could find. Gaara focused on giving protection to the injured and anyone who needed it. Covering him was Tamari, Roshi, and Fu. "Fu, Roshi," Gaara called. "Summon your tailed beasts." "Right," they both replied. "Damn," Hidan said, standing on a stone pillar. "Three-tailed beasts and allied dumbass foot soldiers." "Don't worry," Kakashi said. "Tailed beasts are weaker if they are summoned by their user, instead of overtaking them. Plus, we can't die thanks to our abilities." "You can, if you don't get new hearts," Hidan laughed. "I, on the other hand, can never die. I almost feel sorry for these assholes." "Let's go," Kakashi said, jumping off the rock pillar with Hidan not far behind. At the beach, Sasuke, Shikamaru, Choji, Ino, Shisui, Asuma, and Itachi stood ready with the other allied forces. No sign of the enemy for hours, but they still stood ready. "You think the others are alright?" Choji asked. "I'm sure they're fine," Ino said. "Neji, Kiba, Shino, and Tenten are with Kitsuchi, and he's a good leader." "Sakura and Lee are with Kakashi," Itachi joined in, "so no need to worry for them." "Stay sharp," Darui yelled to everyone. "The enemy forces inbound," someone yelled. "They're early to the party," Darui said. "Long-range ninja, fire!" "Here we go," Sasuke said. "What do you mean Darui's engaged the enemy?" Shikaku asked. "The enemy moved faster than we thought," the man who reported the news said. "Damn," Shikaku said under his breath. "How many are there?" "More than we have for sure," the man said. "But the two Jinchuriki there should help change the tide. I want an update every hour," Shikaku said. "This war might be over in the morning." "Madara," Kudo said. "Why did you have me stay behind?" "The war is over," Madara said. "It doesn't take a genius to see that. If the Jinchuriki were gone, we may have had a chance, but not anymore." "So we give up?" Kudo asked angrily. "No," Madara said. "I have a backup plan." "That is," Kudo asked, "we're going to attack the enemy with the ghetto statue." Madara smiled. "Are you crazy?" Kudo asked. "You use the ghetto statue to live. If you remove yourself from it, you'll die." "I know," Madara said. "That's why I'm going with it. It will be my shield and sword." "Very well," Kudo said, stopping mid-sentence. "What's wrong?" Madara asked. "Enemy force is approaching," Kudo said. "Two are Jinchuriki and some other enemy forces. We must have sent those ninja to aid the Jinchuriki." Madara sighed. "Black Zetsu, White Zetsu, go take care of our unwanted guests." "As you wish, Madara," White Zetsu replied. "Fine," Black Zetsu grunted. "Now Kudo," Madara said. "We will avenge your mother. The villages will pay for taking her from you." "Yes," Kudo replied. "Father." "Yo, Naruto, you feel that?" B asked. "Yeah," Naruto replied. "Large amounts of chakra up ahead. Stay alert, B." As Naruto and B got closer to the enemy hideout, the ground began to shake. The ground broke apart and a large stone hand came flying out. They dodged in time and recovered in the trees. B and Naruto looked to see a strange statue appear from the new hole in the ground. On its head was an old man with long, grayish white hair. "You trying to kill us, you fool?" B yelled. "Yes and no," the man replied. "You will die, but for now, I need you alive." "Naruto," B said. "This fool is Madara." "Then, who's the master man?" Naruto asked. "I'm Kudo Uchiha," the masked man said, joining Madara on the Gedo statue, "son of Madara Uchiha." "Aren't you a little young to be this fool's son?" B asked. "Thanks to the power of the Gedo statue, my body didn't age for years," Kudo asked. "Now, enough talk, you scum." "Gedo statue," Madara said. "Attack!" Naruto and B dodged as a stone arm came flying at them. B went into tailed beast mode and wrapped one of his 8 tails around the statue's arm. The Gedo statue grabbed the tail, spun B in the air, and threw him. "B!" Naruto said, landing on the head of the 8 tails. "I've read stories on this thing. Legends tell the Sage of Six Paths sealed a greater threat within it. I have a feeling it's a lot stronger than it looks." "How do we beat it, fool?" B asked. "Double-tailed beast bomb," Naruto replied. Naruto went into tailed beast mode and became Kurama. Together, they charged their attacks. Seeing the coming attack, the Gedo statue ran at them at amazing speed. It was almost on top of them when a purple arm knocked away. "Thank me later, dope," Sasuke said, encased in a humanoid being made of purple chakra. It was a Susanoo. When Sasuke turned to the Gedo statue, its fist met Sasuke's Susanoo. The chakra barrier broke and Sasuke was sent flying. "Sasuke!" Naruto yelled. "Naruto!" B yelled. "Fire!" They both launched their attacks only to have it smash into a range attack from the Gedo statue. Their attacks were pushed back as if they weren't there at all. Naruto pushed B out of the way and took the attack head on. When the smoke cleared, the Gedo statue had its hand on Naruto. "You're first, Nine Tails," Madara yelled. The Gedo statue began pulling Kurama's chakra out of Naruto. With no time at all, Kurama and Naruto were separated. Naruto's lifeless, cold body fell to the ground, dead. "Naruto!" Kurama yelled as a chain wrapped around him. "I can absorb you into the statue yet," Madara said. "First, I need to get the other tailed beast. You see, the Gedo statue must absorb all the tailed beasts in order from 1 to 9, so you'll be chained up for a while." "You'll pay!" B yelled. "You'll pay!" Naruto woke to a pure white room, a void with nowhere to go. Looking around, he saw nothing until he saw Sasuke. "Sasuke?" Naruto asked. "Where are we?" "We're dead," Sasuke said. "The Gedo statue killed me with that attack that took out my Susanoo. He tore Kurama out of me," Naruto said. "He failed." "Wait, why were you there in the first place? Why weren't you at the beach fighting?" "HQ wanted me to lead some shinobi to help you and B," Sasuke said. "We ran into a white and black Zetsu. They killed my men, but I got the Zetsu." "Well, this is it then," Naruto said. "We're dead." "Not entirely," a voice called out. Naruto and Sasuke looked around for the owner of the voice to see an old man floating in the air. He had short, spiky white hair and little horns on his forehead. "I knew we would meet one day, Naruto and Sasuke," the man said. "Who are you?" Sasuke asked, ready to fight. "I'm known by many names," the man said. "The Creator, God, but you two, may know me as the Sage of Six Paths. You're really him? Naruto asked. I am, the sage replied. The man named Madara wants to bring back the Ten Tails. My brother and I sealed it in the Geto statue many years ago. It's up to you two to make sure it stays sealed. How? Sasuke asked. We're dead and Naruto no longer has the Nine Tails. I will send you back with new powers to combat the enemy, the sage said. Once I send you back with your new powers, I will only have enough chakra to seal Kurama back in Naruto. The rest is up to you two. Very well, Naruto said. Good, the sage replied. Now, place out your hands. They did so, and two marks appeared in them. In Naruto's was the sun, and in Sasuke's was the moon. One of Sasuke's eyes began to change into the Rinnegan. There, the Sage of Six Paths said. Now, let's go. As the Geto statue clashed with B, there was a large flash of light. Madara and Kudo shielded their eyes. When the light show ended, Naruto and Sasuke stood in front of them. Madara looked to see that Kurama was gone. What's going on? Madara yelled. Time to end this, Sasuke said. Don't slow me down, Naruto. You don't slow me down, Sasuke, Naruto replied. I don't know what's going on, Kurama said, and Naruto said. But I'm glad you're back, kid. Now, let's finish them. Dad, Kudo said. Why are they alive? Just like your mother, Madara said. What? Kudo asked as a knife cut into his gut. They're like your mother, Madara said. Not easy to kill. I have no more use for you. What? Why? Kudo asked. I was going to do this after I got the other tailed beasts, Madara said. But I need to be at 100%. I'm stealing your chakra, my dear son. Kudo fell off the Geto statue, and his chakra began to leave him. Naruto teleported to Kudo and teleported back to B and placed Kudo there. B, Naruto said. Get him to a medical ninja. What about? B began. Me and Sasuke have this, Naruto said. Alright, B said, taking Kudo to a medic. Kudo's chakra reached Madara, and he took it in. His white hair began to turn black, and his wrinkly skin became young and smooth. This will be our final battle, Madara yelled. That's something we can all agree on, Naruto yelled back. Let's go, Sasuke. Shikaku, a man called. We have reports the enemy forces on the beach and in the desert are losing. It's only a matter of time before we wipe them out. Good, Shikaku said. What about the Akatsuki members that lead the attacks? No word yet, the man said. I'll keep you posted. The war's almost over, Shikaku sighed. But for who? Kakashi dodged an attack from Kisame and responded with a kick. Kisame dodged it and fell back to regain his footing. Guy then attacked with Zabuza, backing him up. Guy missed his attack, but Zabuza managed to cut Kisame with his sword. You three aren't bad, Kisame said. Only I'm better. No one knows that until the end of a fight, Zabuza replied. Then let's end this, Kisame yelled. Kisame ran at them with the intent to kill in his eyes. Zabuza clashed with Kisame, allowing their swords to lock with one another. Guy then jumped at Kisame, who had to quickly jump back. Waiting for him was Kakashi with his Chidori, an attack where the user's hand is engulfed with lightning, allowing it to cut through things such as people. With only seconds, Kisame dug his sword in the ground to stop himself in midair. Kakashi slammed his Chidori into Kisame, but it wasn't a killing blow. Instead, Kisame managed to save himself by allowing his arm to take the force of the attack. With the power of the attack, Kisame's whole left arm was taken off. "You've lost, Kisame," Zabuza said. "Give up, and you may live." "I'm a war criminal and a rogue ninja." Kisame laughed with pain. "I'll be sentenced to death. There's more honor dying in combat than by an executioner." "We won't kill you," Kakashi said, signaling the other shinobi nearby to surround Kisame. "I need you alive to gather intel on Madara." "I see," Kisame said. "I'm afraid I can't let you do that." Kisame performed jutsu, encasing himself in a bubble of water. The bubble was then filled with sharks. Suddenly, one of the sharks attacked. Not at the allied forces, but Kisame. It bit his head clean off. "You would rather die than give up information," the guy said. "That is a man with great youth." "Come on, everyone," Kakashi said. "Let's finish up the last of the Zetsu." "Sir," a cloud ninja said to Kakashi, "Naruto Shadow Clone that was here disappeared." "What?" Kakashi asked. "Send word to HQ. Me and Guy are going to head to where Naruto was last reported from. Zabuza, you take care of things here." "Right," Zabuza said, watching Guy and Kakashi leave. "You better be alive, Naruto. I'm not going to be the one to break the bad news to Hinata." Itachi removed his kunai from a dead Zetsu and looked around the beach. Dead ninja and Zetsu laid everywhere. It had been a few hours since Sasuke had left, and the battle was now coming to an end. The enemy forces were broken, and it was only a matter of time before they were all dead. "Itachi," Shisui said, panic and fear in his words. "Naruto's clone disappeared. I think something happened to him. Does HQ know?" Itachi asked. "They do," Shisui said. "Let's finish off the Zetsu and go help Naruto," Itachi said. "Let's go." "No," Hidan yelled as he was encased in sand. "I can't die. You can never defeat me." "There's more than one way to defeat your enemy other than killing them," Gaara said, watching as the sand engulfed Hidan. "I plan to seal you in an unbreakable seal. Forever." "No!" Hidan tried to scream before his mouth was covered in sand. The moment his head was covered in sand, a sealing tag appeared. Hidan was forever sealed in sand. "That's it," Gaara said. "Inoki, how goes your battle with that other Akatsuki member?" "He's nothing but dust now," the old man said, joining Gaara. "The same can be said for the Zetsu army we engaged." "Send the injured to the medical teams," Gaara commanded. "Anyone who's well enough to fight will come with me to the enemy hideout. Send these orders to the other divisions. Hold on for a little bit longer, Naruto." "Do you truly think you can beat me?" the restored Madara asked. "I will wipe you from the face of the earth." "Bring it on," Naruto said, cracking his knuckles. "I've been wanting to put you in your place." "I will cleanse the disgrace you placed on the Uchiha name," Sasuke said. "Let's go, Naruto." Naruto and Sasuke charged Madara, who ordered the Geto statue to crush them. Its foot came down over them, but Naruto stopped it by forming one of Kurama's tails. While the Geto statue struggled to regain its footing, Sasuke knocked it to the ground using a Susanoo. Madara jumped off the statue and charged Naruto and Sasuke. Naruto and Sasuke engaged Madara in hand-to-hand combat. Sasuke swung his sword at Madara, who dodged and went to kick Sasuke back. Using his new Rinnegan, Sasuke teleported away from Madara's attack. As Madara kicked the air, Naruto punched him. The evil Uchiha was sent flying, but regained his ground. Now he charged again, but this time he formed his own blue Susanoo. Its swords came down at Naruto and Sasuke with the force to shatter the very earth. Sasuke formed his own Susanoo and blocked the attack. Then Madara and Sasuke's Susanoo locked in place to try and break the other's defense. Suddenly the Geto statue kicked Sasuke's Susanoo with Naruto and Sasuke inside a few feet. "I'm done playing," Madara said, jumping on the Geto statue. "I'll end this now." Madara's Susanoo began to form over the Geto statue. Now the Gedo statue was armored with the Susanoo. "Naruto," Kurama said, "Madara did the same thing to me when he controlled me. Tell Sasuke to cover me with the Susanoo's armor when you go into beast mode." "Sasuke," Naruto said, "I'm going into tailed beast mode. I want you to cover Kurama with your Susanoo like Madara did with the Gedo statue." "Got it," Sasuke replied. Naruto was surrounded by Kurama's orange chakra, and it began to take shape of the nine-tailed fox. After it formed, Sasuke followed up by covering it with his Susanoo armor. Kurama stood on his back legs, grabbed the katana that had formed from the Susanoo, and took up a fighting stance. The Gedo statue grabbed the two katanas it had gotten from Madara's Susanoo, and took a similar fighting stance as Kurama. "This," Madara said with amusement, "is a battle worth my time. Now come, you brats, show me your power." Alright, so I hope you guys enjoyed part 24 to Naruto the Rogue Fox. After this part, there's only 2 left, so be on the lookout for the finale within a few days. But anyways, I'm gonna start doing outros at the end of my videos like this, to just try and get some more support on it. But like I said, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, be sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and can we get this video to 100 likes? So be sure to smash that like button. Also, go follow me on Twitter and Instagram. The links to those will be down in the description. And also go subscribe to my other channels. The links to those will be down in the description as well. And I will see you guys in my next video. Peace. Kurama clashed with the Gedo statue and shook the earth like a fight between gods. The Gedo statue swung its sword in an attempt to take off Kurama's head, but was stopped by Kurama's katana. After stopping the Gedo statue's attack, Kurama swung around using his tails to knock over the Gedo statue. After the Gedo statue got up, it began to charge an attack. It was the same attack it had used on Naruto and B earlier. "Sasuke," Naruto replied, "let's use our strongest attacks." "Gotcha," Sasuke replied. Kurama began to charge his tailed beast bomb, and Sasuke his Amaterasu. When the Gedo statue launched its attack, Naruto and Sasuke did the same, letting their attacks combine. "Amaterasu tailed beast bomb!" Naruto and Sasuke yelled together. Both of the attacks met one another with a large explosion. The Gedo statue's attack was stopped and pushed back, with Naruto and Sasuke's right back into the Gedo statue. With amazing power, the Gedo statue's left arm was blown off. "No!" Madara yelled. "I will not lose to the likes of you!" The missing arm to the Gedo statue was replaced by the arm of Madara Susanoo. It attacked again, and Kurama quickly dodged and slashed the statue, cutting into its armor. The Gedo statue grabbed Kurama's sword and ripped it from Kurama's hands. With their katana gone, Madara quickened his attacks. Uppercut, down slash, thrust, and stabs. With luck, Kurama managed to dodge most of them. "Sasuke," Naruto said, "I say in the next attack we split Kurama and your Susanoo and then attack on 2 sides." "Sounds like a plan," Sasuke replied. "Ready? Split!" As the Gedo statue's katana came down on them, they separated. Madara wasn't expecting that, so he had no time to react. Sasuke and Naruto did a double attack on the Gedo statue, causing it to fall to the ground, unresponsive, and Madara on the ground, lifeless. "Did we do it?" Sasuke asked. "Let's make sure," Naruto said. "Gaara," Kakashi said as his division joined up with Gaara's. "What's happening?" "So far as I know," Gaara said, "they've engaged Madara. B returned with a captured Akatsuki member and told us everything." "Do you think they won?" Kakashi asked. "We can only hope," Gaara said. "Let's hurry, everyone." "You think you won?" Madara asked as blood spat out of his mouth. "This is far from over." "You're as good as dead," Sasuke said, pointing his katana at Madara. "This time, I'll make sure you're dead." "Any last words?" Naruto asked. "Go to hell, you little fucks," Madara yelled. That's mean. Sasuke laughed. Well, whatever. With that, Sasuke stabbed Madara in the heart, killing him. He then used the Amaterasu to completely destroy Madara's body. It's finally over, Sasuke said, cleaning off his sword. A scream was heard behind them as a Geto statue got up. Without Madara controlling it, the Geto statue would destroy anything in its way. No, Sasuke, Naruto said. We have one last thing to do. We can't completely destroy it, Sasuke said. Look at its arm, it's almost completely restored. I've got this, a voice called out. Both Naruto and Sasuke turned to see Obito and Rin approaching them. They both had moved on ahead of the allied forces to help. What are you going to do? Naruto asked. I plan to send it to a dimension connected to my Sharingan, Obito said. When it runs out of chakra and goes into a sleep state, I'll send it to the moon using my Sharingan. Sounds good to me, Naruto said. Do it. Obito approached the raging Geto statue. Noticing him, the statue went to attack Obito, only to have him disappear. The statue looked around and spotted Obito in a tree. It attacked him again, and once again, Obito disappeared. Could you have imagined how hard it would have been to defeat Obito if he worked for the enemy? Sasuke asked. It's a good thing he's not evil, Naruto said. Obito locked onto the Geto statue and focused his Sharingan. 1 second, the statue was there, and the next, nothing. That, Naruto said, is the end of the war. The war was over, but there was much to do. More than half the Allied Forces troops had died. They needed to focus on rebuilding and training new shinobi, but for now, it was time to mourn and celebrate. Naruto and the other survivors of the whirlpool returned home and mourned the deaths of their friends. After the mourning, they celebrated their victory with their friends and loved ones. Luckily for Naruto, all his friends made it home alive. You guys did it, Hal said to Naruto, hugging him. Was there ever any doubt? Naruto asked. None, he replied. Hal hugged his brother again and moved aside as Hinata joined them. Naruto pulled Hinata in and held close. You okay? Hinata asked. I almost died, Naruto said. It got me thinking about how much pain you would be in if I had. Only you didn't die, Hinata said. Now you're home safe and sound. I'll leave you two alone, Hal said. I have to go see Mira and tell her you made it back alright. They watched Hal run off and started for home. With the war over, they could finally live a peaceful life without any worries. It was dark out when they got home. So, Naruto said, now that I'm back, anything you want to do? Go out for dinner? Go for a walk? Why don't we just stay home and sleep? Hinata said, pulling Naruto to the bedroom. Alright, Naruto said, laying on the bed. He closed his eyes but opened them when he heard Hinata lock the door. Why'd you lock the door? I don't want to be interrupted, Hinata smiled. What do you mean? Naruto asked. You'll see, Hinata giggled as she turned out the lights, making the room pitch black. And with that, the day ended, and a new future begins. Alright, so I hope you guys enjoyed part 25 to the Rogue Fox. After this, there's only going to be one more part. I'm ending the Rogue Fox to the next part because I'm kind of bored on making videos about it. And I want to do other what ifs. Like what if Goku met Naruto? What if Haku killed Sasuke? What if Naruto was the Avatar? What if the Rinnegan was real? So all of you who are asking about that, I'm get out more parts to those series after I finish the Rogue Fox. So be on the lookout for that. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, be sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Go follow me on Twitter and Instagram. The links to those will be down in the description below. Also, go subscribe to my other channels. The links to those will be down in the description as well. Also, can we get 75 likes on this video? So be sure to smash that like button. And I will see you guys in the next video. Peace. Naruto woke up and looked around his room. It was bright due to the morning sun. Naruto rubbed his now short blonde hair and looked beside him to see Hinata was out of bed already. After putting on a new pair of clothes, Naruto left his room. As soon as he did, a little boy with blonde hair hugged him. "Morning, Daddy," he yelled. "Morning, Boruto," Naruto said, picking up the little boy. "Your mother's in the kitchen, right?" "Yeah," Boruto yelled. "Well, let's go see her," Naruto said, carrying Boruto to the kitchen. Hinata was at the stove cooking breakfast, and in a high chair was a little girl with midnight-colored hair like Hinata's. She, like Naruto and Boruto, had whisker marks on her cheeks. "Morning, Himawari, Hinata," Naruto said, kissing both of them. "Morning, Naruto," Hinata said, kissing him back. "How was your sleep?" "Fine," Naruto said. "Today's the Kage meeting." "This will be Obito's first actual meeting as Hokage, right?" Hinata asked. "Yeah," Naruto said. "After the war, Tsunade stepped down and let Kakashi take over. Last week, Kakashi stepped down and let Obito take up the position." "Kakashi wasn't Hokage very long," Hinata said. "He became Hokage when we were both still in our late teens, and now we're only 24 years old." "You know him," Naruto laughed. "You would rather read his books."
"Some things will never change,"
Hinata giggled. Naruto waved goodbye as he headed for the Kage meeting. All of the Kage other than Naruto and Gaara had passed their seat on to others. On the way to the meeting, Naruto was greeted by all the villagers. This year, the meeting was being held in the whirlpool. "Naruto," someone called. Naruto turned to see a man with long white hair and crimson-colored eyes. With him was his pregnant wife. "How? Mira," Naruto said. "How are you both?"
"We're fine,"
Mira said.
"How are you?"
"I'm alright," Naruto said. "So, have you two picked a name?" "Well," Hal said, "after all the stories you told me about your father, I wanted to name my son Minato." "Minato Uzumaki," Naruto said. "Yeah, that's a good name."
"Well, we should be going," Mira said. "Enjoy your day, Naruto."
With that, they took their separate ways. Naruto passed so many of his friends throughout the village. Rose and Fang with the little boy the same age as Boruto, Yahiko and Konan with their daughter who was just enrolled in the ninja academy for all the villages. Naruto laughed as he noticed how much things had changed. Orochimaru had been released from prison after agreeing to help make sure the Geto statue would be hidden away where no one would find it. Now he lived in the village with his son, who was Boruto's age. All Naruto's friends had children around the same time as Naruto and Hinata. Sasuke, now police chief at the Hidden Leaf, had a little girl with Sakura. Her name was Sarada. Shikamaru and Temari had a son named Shikadai. Ino and Zai had a son named Inojin. Lee, and whoever his wife was, had a boy named Metal Lee. And Shoji, with his wife from the cloud, had a girl named Chocho. Even Obito and Rin had kids, 3 to be exact. Any of Naruto's friends who didn't start families did other things like Shino. Shino was a teacher at the academy. "Funny how life changes in only a few years," Kurama said, and Naruto said. "I know, right?" Naruto said. "It feels like only yesterday we ran away with that stupid scroll." "Yeah," Kurama laughed. "Hard to believe that one little theft caused all this." "I'm glad it did," Naruto said. "Well, time to get moving." Naruto quickened his speed so he wouldn't be late. Some of the kids in the village tried to keep up with him, laughing and smiling at him. Naruto smiled back and waved goodbye as he got to the Kage building. Inside was Shikamaru, who had agreed to be Naruto's aide, even though they were from different villages. "You were almost late," Shikamaru scolded Naruto. "Sorry," Naruto sighed, rubbing his head. "Hal wanted to tell me he had named his son after my father." "That's good news," Shikamaru said. "Now, do you know what to talk about?" "Yeah," Naruto said. "The statues of the academy, the upcoming Chunin exams, and Kudo's parole." "Speaking of Kudo," Shikamaru said. "How is he?" "Fine," Naruto said. After learning about his father killing his mother and then trying to kill him, he was all but happy to listen to us. I see no reason to view him as a threat." "I see," Shikamaru said. "Well, that's good. Also, you have more paperwork to fill out." "Joy,"
Naruto said, not wanting to see any more paperwork. I'm not sure I can be a Kage much longer. You're gonna step down? Shikamaru asked, surprised. No, Naruto said with a smile, but in a few years, maybe. Oh, Shikamaru said, any idea who will take on your title after you? I have a few people in mind, Naruto said, but I won't be saying who yet. Understood, Shikamaru said. Well, Naruto said, let's get this meeting underway. With that, Naruto joined the other Kage, and they began talking about what they needed to do to keep things running smoothly. This is where the story of the Rogue Fox comes to an end. Once an outcast, now a hero. This is the tale of Naruto Uzumaki, the demon, rogue, and hero of the shinobi world. Alright, so I hope you guys enjoyed the final part to Naruto the Rogue Fox. It was a pretty good story, and I hope you guys enjoyed all the videos about it. Now, the next Naruto fanfiction, like the Rogue Fox, where it's just like 10 minutes long and not an hour long like the Ultimate Ninja Tool, will probably be coming out within like a few weeks maybe, because I have to get all the other what ifs that I haven't kept up with, like what if Goku met Naruto, what if Naruto was the Avatar, what if Haku killed Sasuke, etc. And for the next few weeks I'm going to be working on those, so yeah. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, be sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Also, go subscribe to my other channels, links will be down in the description. Go follow me on Twitter and Instagram, links to those will be down in the description as well. And yeah, I guess I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.